Hi, everybody. Good evening. Good evening. Happy Saturday night. We are having a very wet and rainy night here in Virginia Beach. My name is Life and Vibe, otherwise known as Ray. And I'm sorry I'm running an hour late. There has been a lot going on at the end of the month here on YouTube. And so I apologize if my voice is a little bit rough. If you are a member of the Good Life community, you will know that in celebration of Sarasota Tim having been monetized into the YouTube grift now for 6 years, I celebrated with a flurry of videos in honor of Tim. In fact, I put out 5 quality member-only videos about my errands this morning, because you can't have it be quality YouTube content unless you spit out 14 videos in a single day. And today I'm going for 7, so I'm halfway there. But I have had one very long live stream that went on for like 3.5 hours. Yes. And now I'm going to delve into Tim. And so I do have a hot beverage, everybody, in order to try to sustain myself. So I apologize for being late. I didn't stop streaming until 7:30. And I needed to grab dinner and get ready. So D Traveler came in early. It's raining, it's pouring. It's literally raining and pouring here. I look great. I haven't even brushed my hair. It looks raining and pouring here in Virginia. I was just about to get Junebug out, and it just started raining. It's a very wet night, so I'm hoping by the time we finish with this, I just walked her before I started the last stream and bathed her and stuff. But anyway, that's me. Hey, Catherine says she's caffeinated and had a quick bite. Same with me. I had to make some coffee. I don't usually have a coffee this late at night, but it's Saturday. I love this angle. I just look so glamorous. I don't know how to, 1, do good lighting, and 2, position my camera on my laptop so I don't look like I'm aging like hell. But anyway, hey, hi, how's it going? Angel of Glass, come on in. Miss Vicky's joining us. Just everybody thoughts and prayers for Dave's mum at the moment, and we just wish her well, Miss Vicky. And I know it's probably very stressful with everything, and just let us know if you need anything from us, okay? We're here, and we're definitely thinking of Dave's mum at this time. Yeah. Hey, David. Nice to see you. Stacy, come on in. I can't believe we're at the end of May. And obviously, if everybody knows, for any good content creator, Tim obviously saw his profit margin yesterday, because I'm sure he has the little app, the little creator studio on his phone. And I'm sure, because every day they update how much money you have made off the platform. So we know Tim is there checking and seeing how much money he's made. And obviously he felt he had not made enough, or for whatever reason, I have no idea. Tim put out 14 videos. 14 videos. And it's not to say that the day before that he hadn't put out like 10, I think. So that's why this one is called Reeks of Desperation, because that's pretty desperate to put out that much content on a platform. And of course, I've been covering the fact that somebody might be in trouble in a foreign country, and we might be getting some more information incoming on that one that could be very interesting to add to that. Hey, Rich Rider, come on in, Amy, come on in, Kathleen, hey. This is the part that everyone loves. Hey, Ty, come on in. I hope I'm saying that right, Ty. Sammy, hey, yeah. I don't know how much we'll get through, but we'll try to get through what we can. Hey, come on in, Kevlar. Everybody, I hope I'm getting everyone. You all know I'm saying Hazel, hey, come on in. Anne's here. Hey, come on in. Come on. We know Miss Vicky. Everyone knows Miss Vicky. But if you haven't checked out Miss Vicky's channel, make sure you do. Give her a like, give her a sub, give her a surprise. And thank you for all the folks who've been so generous to my coffee fund. Look how good my hair looks. I just look so glamorous. I'm such a sophisticated YouTube content creator and influencer. And it's so wonderful to see so many of you coming in. Yeah, hi. And if you are a member of the Life and Vibe community, make sure that we drop some, what should we? Oh, some flowers with bouquets or thumbs up for me to say, congratulations, Tim, on being able to monetize a grift on YouTube for the last 6 years. So we are going to catch up with some of Tim's celebratory videos. And so we're going to react now to his morning chat. Let's just bring over the superstar, the one we're all here to see, Mr. Sarasota Tim himself. Oh, it's Tim. Okay, so we've got him buying some absolutely, and I hate to say this, Nike, and anybody who's a fan of a neon green. Now, I like to see neon green on the Hoof GP. And if you're not familiar with the show on YouTube, the Hoof, H-O-O-F, good Lord, GP, that's a general practitioner, then you should check out that show. I like cows, and it's a show I love to watch, along with like the stuff with all the hoofs. It's a good show. It's an absolutely awesome show. And I love that they have neon green stuff. And it's in Scotland too. And I lived in Scotland, not that part of Scotland. I was on the other coast. But anyway, brings back memories of my childhood. All right. But Tim bought these. I don't think these are nice looking trainers. I don't like this. This I think is not age appropriate for Tim. I don't know if this is the latest style, but I have a feeling that these are not going to last long before they are returned. We should start a poll. How long will it take for Tim to return these shoes? And while I play a video, I might actually start that poll. So if you see these lovely green neon sneakers here, how long would it take for Tim to return these? Because as of what I understand, and obviously when it's a Friday and I just worked all week and, 40 some hours, I can't keep up with Tim's 14 videos in one day. I have no idea for the most part what happened. Where in my homeland? Where in my homeland? Oh, are you in Scotland? Oh, I was in Rosyth. I could see the Forth Road Bridge from my bedroom window as a child. So yes, I was right in Rosyth, right on the water in Rosyth, over in the military housing. So that's where I was. That's where I was, in Rosyth. So there you go. But we went all over the place and looked at stuff. They look like pimp shoes. Is that what pimps wear nowadays? Well, the one I see by my home here in Virginia Beach does not dress that way. We have a full-on pimp daddy that hangs out, no joke, on a corner here of Old Virginia Beach Boulevard. And he has pimp cup and cane and the full hat and the silk suits and like that color green, literally. So there is a true pimp that hangs out. I always blow my horn and wave. He waves back. I'm sorry. I find it funny. Well, I'm always shocked. I bet he's got some ladies. Queensferry. Oh, is that where you are? Very beautiful part of the world, though. I love that part of the world. Ah, okay. So he says, okay. Amy says, well, looks old enough for Road Runner. I don't know. I just don't think these shoes are going to be long in Tim's wardrobe. knowing how Tim is a serial returner and will return a pair of shoes for having washed them with shoelaces and the shoelace be destroyed is a legitimate reason for a return of the shoe. Let me just say. Well, we have 100 souls in here tonight. Oh my gosh, that must be 100,000. Oh no, now we're down to 95,000. Well, if you haven't had a chance to hit the likes, please make sure that you hit the likes and, do all that good stuff. Those who are subscribed get a chance to join the chat. And then every month, I've already done it for this month, I give away some memberships to the Good Life community where you get to have, just support of my channel as I battle against Sarasota Tim. I think most people are familiar, but if you are not, he has tried to take my channel down more than once. To which point I literally had to hire an attorney. Thanks to all of you guys, we did, and we won. Because Sarasota Tim has left me alone since that date, and I certainly have put out a fair amount of content. Okay, so what have we had recently? Everything and nothing. That's what we've had recently from Sarasota Tim. Everything and nothing. Here, just pictures of, I do not eat animal products like that. And so to see just slabs of meat, uncooked, all over the place. And for me, for somebody who does really care about animals and the planet, and you could call me a woke hippie. I don't care. When it comes to stuff like that, I probably really am. It just hurts me to see just his disregard to an animal having its life taken in order to feed him. He just tosses stuff like trash all the time. And to me, that is so wasteful. I just can't imagine being so disregarding of an animal that lost its, existence to have you just trash shit like that. Pardon my French. But it to me, it's so hard to really watch and see. It's despicable. It shows a level of arrogance and disregard and lack of humanity that is absolutely foul and disgusting. And I have seen so many gosh darn awful human beings and individuals on YouTube. And I have nothing against if people have a meat diet, But I would hope there would be some respect for the animal that lost its life for you to enjoy. But there seems to be nothing with Tim like that. He's an arrogant SOB, in my opinion. I'm going to try to mind my language because YouTube will demonetize me. And I've streamed the heck out, and I don't make any money on the Chantel streams. I don't care. All right. That's not why I do it. Okay, sorry about slurping my coffee. I need to stay awake. Okay, so what have we had? So Tim has obviously pivoted from caring about his cardiac health to now returning back to the carnivore. And I really do think the legitimate reason for the return to the carnivore is because Tim was losing his audience with his dietary pivot. I think he realized that the majority of his sort of podcast bro, manosphere, sort of toxic masculinity types that follow him, in my opinion. And these are my opinions and my opinions only. And if you aren't familiar with me, I am a registered nurse here in the United States with over a decade of clinical practice and trained to be a psychiatric mental health nurse practitioner. There we go. I do not treat or diagnose. This is all educational purposes only. These are my opinions and my opinions only. And this is why my attorney told me to say. Okay. So Tim, as we know, has been getting out every video known to mankind. And he has acted like Aldi is a new concept to him. But those who have followed Tim and the Laura Sarasota Tim for some time, and sadly I have, to the point that I am now an OG reaction channel for Sarasota Tim. I am now coming up to almost 1 year of having created reaction and commentary around this person. I still can't believe it. Anyway, he acts like he never heard of Aldi's. Audi, sorry. It's not plural. It is not true because you applied for a job there, Tim, and they refused you. I don't even know if you were interviewed. I don't even think they picked up your resume. So I guess having sold coupons door to door for oil changes for multiple years was not something that Audi was interested in as an experience, along with your demonstrations of food in supermarkets. I can't say this stuff with a straight face sometimes, guys. Oh my goodness, he's an American psycho. Tim has nothing behind those eyes. There's $170. Well, he can afford it because he put his teeth all on credit. All the steak videos are grossing me out. Oh, they gross me out, and I don't eat meat, so I get really grossed out. So a lot of times I can't watch those videos. I just can't. And he might have a pearl of some wisdom in there. Like, I missed it. Anyway, Aldi does not want to hire you, Tim. Okay, so he goes off. I mean, he just is spitting out so much content here. Like, this was one 3 days ago. This was not even the one with 14 videos. The day before that, he had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's so many I have to count. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. He had 13 videos, and then he stuck out 14 here with morning chat. 1, 2, 3, and 4 at some point. Part 1, morning chat here, Social Security, retirement, carnivore, every hashtag under the sun. Here he gets irritated. Okay, let's check this one out. This is where Tim decides that he's going to be irritated that there's a train coming. Because nothing, where's Carl? We're probably too late for Carl. Carl goes to bed like at 8. Had I come out at 7:30, he'd probably be here. But Sarasota Tim is a late night crowd. I'm teasing. I was live streaming elsewhere, but I think it would attract a very adult audience here. And I'm sorry I'm drinking the coffee. I'm going to let Tim talk here. We're going to actually play him at normal speed. The inspired title is Fire Truck Held Up by Train Unmarked Cop Comes to the Rescue. I guess this is exciting. Fire truck held up by train. I guess the fire truck was trying to get to an emergency, and by sheer coincidence, there's a train. Well, that is actually quite an interesting scenario. So this might be worth watching. But I'm sure somehow Tim thinks it affects him at the end of the day. I've not seen this video, but I'm sure Tim takes it personal. I'm sure. You haven't watched any of this? Oh, good. Well, it's only 2 minutes, so I think we can bear it.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? Sarasota Tim. Now, this is the first in my life I ever seen this. We got a fire truck being held up by the train, and it just came by as soon as he got up here. But it was a short train, so they kept on going, and finally he's out here. It was a very short wait, thank God. But there's first time I've ever seen something like that. He's still waiting for the guard to come.
Now, thank God for the fire truck, or thank God the short wait for you, Tim, because we know you're extremely impatient.
Well, of course he's got to wait, but I mean, look, is that weird or what? They got to be somewhere in a hurry for a fire or something going on, an accident.
You missed it out,
and look,
girl.
The things are still down. Let's go already. This guy's got places to be. Man, you would think the engineer that went by saw the fire truck. It wasn't like the fire truck came up to a train that was already, halfway going. He saw the engineer, and it was only a few cars. And look, that thing's been down longer than it took that train to go by.
What?
Wow. Well, there's other.
So I guess the barriers the train is gone, but the barriers have not lifted. Like I think they usually try to have a certain amount of time after. They don't just like lift up immediately.
Other trucks that can be called or dispatched, hopefully. But this is the first of my life I ever seen. I always wondered what would they do if they were caught in a traffic jam or, something like this. Stuff happens. Let's see how long it takes. It's Bradenton's finest right there. We're on State Road 70 heading to the...
Oh, Tim, shush. You would pretend to be a fire person if it meant you could get a discount at a hotel.
Sudstop car wash before I go back and put on a delicious ribeye steak. Look, he barely... Look, oh my...
Tim, I'm telling you. You need to have variety in your diet just to clean your colon on occasion. Got to have some roughage in there. Just telling you. It's just not, you're going to be blocked up for days.
He's opening it. Look, they're opening it just for him. I got it on video. Look. Somehow they were able to lift that up.
They must be expecting more trains. Well, Tim, if you stop talking and we're looking, then maybe we could see what happened. Yap the whole time.
And override. Now, oh, look, there's the fireman right there. And now it comes up. And he's got to run to catch the truck. Or, no, he's a sheriff over here. Look, this is getting more exciting. He's right here. And he was able to get that up for them. All right. Way to go, Blue. Way to go. Oh, he's in an unmarked.
No, he says that until they come by for his EIDL loan.
Explorer, did you see that? Wasn't a mark on him. Watch out, they're everywhere. I mean, as long as you're law-abiding, you ain't got to worry. But down here in Florida...
Well, we know you're not, Tim, because I think there might have been some suspicious statements made on that paperwork that you sent to get that loan. Just saying.
You see him drive everything.
Also, I think you may owe some back child support.
Crush it.
Oh, no. You're not crushing anything, Tim. All right, guys. Let me get back to more Tim. There's my hoof GP. Okay. I tell you, it's a fascinating show. You'll get if you haven't seen the hoof GP, it's not an endorsement of their channel. They're a huge channel. It's a cute show. It's only it's made for it's a creators for YouTube. You would think it was a TV made for TV. It's so well made. It's like such a change to watching Tim's content of just shoot and upload. I promise you, I was able to get out 5 videos by 12 a.m. today. Jaggers, hey, the Human League, a charity that fights for animals who are the victims of Humane League. Yes, victims of factory farming. Oh, yes, they are. Oh, is that because of that show? Animals who are victims of factory farming. I don't know if this is really about factory farming. These aren't very large farms. But I understand what you mean about that. Yeah. Yeah, I am in support of that. I do not eat meat. I am not quiet about the fact that I am quite the opposite of a carnivore. I know that there are many who watch and other creators who are carnivore, and I try to respect everybody's decision. But I don't think these other creators are quite as pushing it down people's throats as their content. And if they do, they probably do it members only. It's, not a diet that I would recommend at all. I think that it's not good for the colon, cholesterol levels, just from my experience. And thank you so much for that. We appreciate that. Thank you. And a nice little shout out. His driving I hit report dangerous action. He promotes reckless driving. Oh, Tim is the king of driving along with like a cup in his hand and both hands on the cup and obviously the car moving, him talking to the camera. He is the epitome of some distracted diet. You just made it? You just got off of work? We had a late work night. Well, I'm glad you got out of your prison job. I'm glad you're joining us. We're all very glamorous. It's the end of the month. We are commiserating ourselves and the rest of the YouTube platform for having 6 years of a monetized grift from Sarasota Tim. And because he's been on YouTube longer, but we're going to hear about that. So let's just get to Tim. Tim is actually must be doing some type of celebration, or he's just stuck and unable to make content because he's only put out 3 videos today. And if he's anything like I've been here on the East Coast, it has been rain persistently for most of this week. And so he probably has a tough time trying to make videos inside his camper. Suppose he got upset that somebody called it a trailer. It's not just me. I think somebody in his comments called it a trailer. And he's getting really upset that people are calling the Flagstaff a trailer. And then he says, I can't drive the CC Rider in this rain. I had to bring out the Super Crusher. And then he wanted to thank again the 111,614 souls who watched Sarasota Tim. As if we've never heard that title before. And then he obviously went and returned some shoes. This is 1,400 people watch this. Watched him on the way to Dick's to make a return. And then he spent a lot of money on these shoes. And like I said, they won't be, but he'll complain about these. He'll complain. He won't be happy. He's never happy. All right. We're going to have to, I guess, deal with some of his, just because we're going to have to listen to this Channel 6 thing. Oh, God.
Good morning.
Okay. We're going to go back a little further. Oh, my goodness. This is going to be terrible. Okay. We're going to speed it up to 1.25. I guess that's as far as I got with it today. Before I just said, I don't know how much I can take it, Tim. But we're going to learn a little bit more about his celebrations today. And obviously, if anybody wants to donate to me tonight on behalf of celebrating for Sarasota Tim, I'll take all donations. Oh, I have to play on it. All right. We have to play on these things. If we don't, then obviously, then I'm not doing this.
No. I simply asked. I said, I wish I could have that dry bacon. Well, I mean, you know what that is.
Absolutely. And one thing we're going to learn from all of these folks on YouTube, especially ones who create this type of vlogging content, and I've noticed a rash of it lately, is the persistent dry begging that's been going on. And Tim is the master. Take it away, Tim.
To 7:20 a.m. And I've been up since 4. And again, I went back to sleep till 5. And then I got up. And I've already had 2 pots of coffee. And I've already made 4 videos, none of which will be posted. For whatever reason, I got off on a rant and a tangent this morning that goes down a road that I have to digress regarding politics and things. And although I'm not afraid to speak my mind, it just wasn't the time. Because I didn't want to ruin this morning's positive video, because I wanted to talk about something that I found exciting. I woke up this morning, turned my phone on. I found that JH bought me some coffee. So I'm going to go down to McDonald's this morning. And JH, shout out to you, my friend, has been a supporter of this channel for quite a while. And it's not his first.
Well, Catherine, that's a good question about the size of Tim's shoes. Because there is a great deal of debate as to whether Tim has big feet or not. Or if he has a smaller foot, therefore denoting that he's not as tall as he claims to be. And if you haven't had a chance to hit the likes, come on, hit the likes, because that helps me get, people knowing we're talking about this incredible human being, commiserating ourselves. His channel is 6 today. Can't even get the title right. At least I said he's been 6 years on YouTube grifting, because that's 6 years of monetization. Anyway, I won't take away your thunder, Tim.
Anyway, thank you very much. And we'll buy somebody else a coffee too, as we always try to do. But I also woke up to a letter or an email notification from YouTube. You are 6 today. I thought, what does that mean? Oh, I've had the channel for 6 years. But wait a minute, I thought I've had it for longer. I started making videos in 2017. That's like 8 years, right? If I can add right, which we can't. But I guess they're talking about monetized, that the channel has literally been monetized. And believe me, the first few years of monetization.
See, I feel Tim on that cough. I get that East Coast cough too. Luckily, the rain has calmed down because it was really bad. Little June bug is lying right next to me because she does not like the stormy weather. And so she's right here next to me. And hopefully it will stop raining so I can get her back outside again. Her last night, her little tinkle before bed. Okay, so Tim is understanding that he has 6 years of monetization at this point. And I wonder how much tax he's paid on it.
Man, I made a couple $100 or something one month after making $100 several times. And I just thought, hey, I'll take that extra $100, over my Social Security. Who wouldn't? It's like getting a $100 raise. We only get $2 every year. And one year we got 150 or 100, a little over 100 a few years ago. And that was like, heck yeah. So then that's why I started doing the Publix side hustle and promoted, hey, this is a game changer. You get your Social Security and a little extra money coming in, maybe even up to as much as your Social Security. And if you don't have any debt, now you got twice the check.
Well, Tim, the difficulty is the fact that you are debt-free came at the expense of the American taxpayer. I hate to beat a dead horse, mate. And you're not really debt-free. Because from what I understand, you still have to pay $300 a month on that EIDL loan unless somehow you got enough to pay it off. And I have a feeling that's not the case, because I have a feeling, just my opinion, this is my opinion and my opinion only, that you would try to pass away before the end of that loan was finished. I think you would not feel the need to pay off the loan. I think you would stretch it out as much as you could and hope that you die before it does. I don't think that you really were, planning 30 years, up into your 90s. No, it could be that my grandma lived to 91. So, I mean, to not think of that potential and possibility is not necessarily a wise plan. Do you really want to be having that much money taken out of your potentially limited pension as you get older? Probably not. But Tim, doesn't think ahead.
You're really living large. So this gave me ideas for videos. I started promoting it. The analytics picked me up. I went viral on a few Social Security videos. And then the monetization.
I do not know how that happened. Just sometimes YouTube decides to randomly put out to somebody's audience, like say, for example, Tim's primary audience was his Toyota content, like being part of like the 4Runner, and so that's where all the Z car, because I think Toyota has like that Z model car, like their sporty version, their TRD, which is one of their trucks, and so that would have been a community with that. And they would, at least how their algorithm, from how I understand it, works now, if your subscribers see you have a video come out and it's a title that is of interest, and the more your subscribed audience clicks on it, YouTube is therefore going to think, oh, well, this has obviously got people interested. We're going to disperse this out to a much wider audience and see how they then decide. And so that's where it gets hard for content to be, especially I think people are feeling it now. And that YouTube is really interesting with how they decide to promote your channel, because I get very pretty decent. Okay, but for the most part, I would say most of my subscribers don't click on my videos. I mean, I have a fairly decent impression click through by YouTube standards, but in some ways it's not, I guess, enough in order for them to really feel like they should be sending it out to like newer people as much. So it's very hard sometimes for people to even find your content. But for whatever reason, that particular title that Tim had, which he said there was a little known secret, which I still say was a very clickbait title, because Tim's little known secret is, did you not know that you could claim Social Security at 62? Because that was supposedly the secret. And for what I knew, most people thought 62 was retirement age. So I don't know what the secret was that he thought he was. I never knew what the secret was. If you ever watch it, tell me what the secret was, because that's not a secret.
And the income went up considerably, and nothing to brag about. I'm just saying
Oh,
more than $100, and I was excited about that. And so the rest is history. And so now today, I'm 6 years old. YouTube monetization channel. So happy birthday to me. We will continue, and I know that this channel will absolutely reach the 100,000 subscriber. Yeah. We're already more than halfway there. There's a lot more watching and subscribe to this channel than the numbers even represent. But we will. God will make sure we will see.
Why do you need to bring God into your terrible content? I think God has detached themselves from your content some time ago, Tim. In my opinion.
Play button plaque on the wall, under my arm, everywhere I go. No, just kidding. We will get it. We will absolutely achieve it. You and I.
How? I mean, your views are no more than mine, Tim, and I'm a tiny channel. It does not produce 14 videos a day. You might be burning your subscribers out, Tim. And I'm guessing you saw that you had a bit of time in the midst of May where I think you were partying a little bit too much with Miss Tammy, in my opinion. Because if you notice, the Tim that we had running up to the throw it in their face Coffeegate shenanigans, and Tim doesn't look quite as bleary-eyed as he had in those times. He kind of has a different pep to his step that he was kind of starting to lack with Miss Tammy. And he was only putting out like 2 videos a day. Like did not seemingly care that he was not. I was like, wow, Tim really not putting out very much content. I mean, there would be days where he maybe put out 2 or 3 videos. I was like, well, at least this is like not necessarily a normal amount of content, but a little bit more normal, you know? I mean, most people would put out a vlog a day, or, you know, but Tim is, of course, putting out multiple. But ever since Tammy went out, since that incident, I think she must be, somehow he's in the doghouse or something, because it doesn't seem like he's out going to Carrabba's and going out to dinner and being in the AC of the condo like he used to. I feel like he suddenly looked at that slump period, and there already is the fact that there's nice weather, people are going out, they don't have time to watch 14 of Tim's videos a day on the most part. Most people are going to be out gardening, doing stuff, you know, walking outside. You know, like I was walking outside, running errands, washing Junebug, and then later on came into live stream. So people are doing stuff. Don't have time to watch 14 Tim videos. Gosh dang.
Together. So all of those that have checked your subscriptions recently, that subscribe to the channel.
Subscriptions, everyone. Make sure you.
And believe me, subscriptions don't make me a penny. It's just an honorary thing that I have a goal, a bucket list to achieve as a YouTuber. You know, it takes 100,000 to get the play button, the plaque. The next level, the very next one, is a million. I'll go for it. I'd love to have it. But certainly 100,000 should be easily attainable for anybody that has a channel that people enjoy watching. They find something interesting about most of the videos.
I swear I produced nothing different than this today. It's very low effort. I didn't even do thumbnails. I did it full Tim. Tim doesn't even put in his jingle anymore. I think he and JJ are on the outs. I think Tim insulted the jingle. And I think JJ just said, well, you are trying to help your channel. That's my theory, and I'm sticking to it. Because we haven't heard about JJ in a while. And then recently, I don't know what video, because there's 1,000 to get through. He mentioned that he had laundry that needed to be done. And I'm thinking to myself, well, I guess Tim hasn't had a place to dump his laundry, like on some poor woman to wash for him. You know, some poor unsuspecting spouse of one of his friends. But what a thing. I felt like maybe that was just, I just wonder if Bev had it. Like her bringing his laundry to be done and then him making himself so comfortable in their home. Like literally his hands in those coffee beans. Tim didn't ever care. And they allowed it one time. And obviously they let him come back for a second. And that was, we've never seen him go back. And that's been since February. And you know how? Because I made a reaction video on that. And that was one of the ones that I was struck with on February the 10th of 2025. I know this date because that's when I had to finally get the attorneys involved with Tim just striking my content, because he struck that one and another one. He struck 2. Struck 7 of my videos altogether. But it was 2 on that time that gave me a strike. And that was a JJ one. That was the last time that he was at JJ's house. That was in February, guys. That's been a while. Because he was going up there quite regularly. Have you heard him talk about the villages or any of it? No. These people just mysteriously disappear from Tim's world. Keep going, Tim.
And so we're just going to keep on crushing it. Anyway, with this rain today, I'll either have to wait about an hour before the mall opens to go in early and get my steps in, or I can simply go over to the gym, but I like being outside now. I want to run. I want to go to the bridge. I want to go to the beach. I want to ride the e-bike, the scooter. I have all this energy. Oh, I know what I can talk about. I forgot. The latest video. I made the video about the steak. Folks, I don't care. It is an Aldi. Aldi's got the best meat I've ever eaten in my life. But if it didn't say Black Angus, and it isn't a ribeye.
I swear this is, I mean, we know that Tim, this is hard for me to, I have to be.
I'm not buying.
Okay. So because Tim is wasteful. He's no respect. I don't eat meat. But at least if you all have a conscience to the fact that this animal gave its life for you to have something to eat. And sometimes in some really very not great conditions. Anyway, the world's a tough place. We know that. But Tim is a very arrogant person. I just... Anyway, keep going, Tim.
I don't care. Strip, New York strip, tenderloin, nothing. I would have been way better. Ow! I would have been way better off.
I mean, that's quite the freezer we got there, Tim. Not even an ice maker.
Yesterday, of what I had in my hand at first, because everything here is frozen. I should take something out now. I'll take this hamburger out. I'm gonna save my salmon. I have some pork in here too, pork chops. I just did everything, defrosted, so I'll put that in the refrigerator and I'll eat all that today. I had hamburger in my hand when I went there yesterday. Now, I only paid.
I don't think his eyes are looking good either.
$17 for the 2, not 1, but 2 New York strips yesterday.
Oh, goodness me, Tim, really?
And
already? Gosh, dang it, Tim. You're just so quick out, mate.
No. I simply asked. I said, I wish I could have Best Drive Megan. Well, I mean, you know what that is.
And he is the king. One of the most prominent on YouTube. It's where I learned my craft for it. I learned from the best.
So, you know, I feel bad because they weren't any good. But here's what I did. God's honest truth. I ate it all. Okay. Every last bit of it. That isn't true. Every last.
Mr. M, not only could they not afford all these ribeyes and all this stuff, they probably can't afford to spend their time watching his content. I mean, he thinks that people should watch 14 of his videos to give him AdSense because he suddenly realized he goofed around with Miss Tammy. Tammy's not talking to him now, so he's not kind of getting the benefit of whatever playing her companion pal. And so now he's on his own. So he had to start just cranking out that content because he didn't make enough money in May. That's why we got assaulted with almost 30 videos. It's like 27 in 2 days. He put out more content in 2 days than I put out in an entire month. And most people do. It was 27 videos in 2 days. Who on YouTube does that? Other than Sarasota Tim. How have not more people not picked up on this man? Somebody who puts out 27 videos in 2 days to make money. Just can't. You just saw him with Tammy at Lido Beach tonight? Ah, that's good to know, Sharon. That's good to know. That's why, see, she must be out the doghouse because he only put out 3 videos today. So anytime that we see that Tim doesn't have as many videos out, it's probably a sure sign that he's out with Tammy doing something. Because he's not going to be able to go near her with a camera. Not after that incident with Coffeegate. She's had way too many times where she's been called out now. I think she's just finally said, to heck with that. You know, I don't know if it's going to take some time to blow over. But she must have been off doing stuff. That's why he's been spitting out all this content. There has been theories that she was out with her family for stuff over Memorial Day. Because I never think that, you know, the worst she's in the doghouse. And that means that he can't film around her. I don't know if they know. You took a photo? Can you email me that? I won't put your name to it. I promise I'll keep you incognito. Email me that photo, please. That would be great evidence to have. Please. I want that posted on the community page. We won't say who took it unless you want it under Getty Pictures or the A&N, the Associated Press. You know, then Tim will think the paparazzi are following him. He already is paranoid about the media and compares himself on the regular to Donald Trump and Elon Musk. Oh, Sharon, you did? Oh, you've been trying to tell me? Oh, well, I'm so sorry. Did you send me an email? I've been so busy today. Oh, shoot. Well, I'll make sure I check that email. I'll bring it up real fast. I can share it. So while we let Tim talk, I'll go check my email real quick and we'll go take a look at that photo. That's awesome, Sharon. Since the beginning of the broadcast, God, I miss apps. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. See, it took me a while to see it because I tried to actually listen to Tim. Moderators, make sure. Well, you are one of my mods. Make sure you were busy. Yeah, make sure mods. Make sure I keep up with stuff. If there's an interesting comment, make sure to let me know or highlight it. I don't know how you guys can do that. I know Pat used to do that. Angel of Glass does that sometimes. Because I skip stuff. Oh, shoot. Okay, I'm going to let Tim play. Let me go get to my email.
Bite I took, aside from the juice that came out of it and a little bit of the meat that I was able to swallow. I don't know if it's ever going to digest. I had to go, I'm sorry, like taking out old tobacco. and put it on my plate. My plate, when I got done, looked like it had equal amount of chewed up crap after the steak was gone. It was like cutting. You ever ate gizzards? You know how that's tough? It's like a muscle. It's not meaty. Like, I mean, I've had a New York strip, it seems like, before, and it was chewy. They've always been kind of chewier than a ribeye or filet mignon, obviously. But that one yesterday was like a muscle. It was awful.
No,
and
it's a
I was
good
reading the
photo,
comments this morning
actually.
from Bubba, and I think he's right. That grass-fed stuff, oh boy, I'm going to offend some people now. It might be just some kind of a green talk, you know, that makes people think cows eat grass anyway. But I think maybe the grains, he wrote a nice comment about, he knows some stuff. He didn't know everything, but he knows some stuff. And I don't need to buy anything that says that, or I just need to buy those Black Angus steaks. They're great. I've had 3. They're all fantastic. But that New York strip, I don't care where I bought it yesterday. It could have been Publix. It could have been BJ's or Aldi. They're a tough steak. And those, I cooked them as, you know, I didn't marinate them. I don't want to buy anything I got to sit and marinate for a week. I know it can enhance it. I know you don't have to do it a week. I know it can enhance.
I don't think Tim needed. Did he say he was going to have the hamburger for lunch? Anyway, let's take a look at this. It doesn't say anything about details other than JPEG numbers. Just to give you a heads up, the person who sent me this picture, this was this evening. Somebody's probably going to Carrabba's. Let me make me disappear. Look who's at the CC Rider. Look who's at the CC Rider tonight. Is that a certain area? Like, is that near a is that near a shopping district, or I mean, as much of your details as to where this could have been near, because it looks like they're headed out to dinner. Is there a Carrabba's nearby? Maybe this is great, Sharon. Lido Beach. What's over there? I know, was he making some films over there? We'll take. Yeah, Sharon has the floor. Absolutely. All questions are directed to Sharon, everybody. If you want to, this is hot gossip. This is awesome tea. Tea piping hot over here, guys. Oh, thank you, Sharon. This is awesome. So, yeah, I was very happy. Yeah, it's a public beach at sunset. So, but where would they be going potentially afterwards? Is there like a good restaurant district nearby over there? Because we know that they like the cheesecake or the Carrabba's. This is the best tea. Did you ask? No. This is the incognito. This is the bringing it. Yes, we love this. Everyone's very happy. Lido Beach. Oh, see, in England it'd be Lido. So I apologize, Anne. Lido. It's pronounced Lido in England, so I apologize. Like the Lido is like the public swimming pool in the UK. It would be down the Lido. So it's free parking. Well, absolutely. And I know that he took it. Didn't he take the car to the car wash? He had to have a clean ride. There's a McDonald's nearby. Absolutely. Tammy got to get her zing. That's awesome. Oh, that's wonderful. Tim, we know where you're not putting out your content tonight. I guess Miss Tammy is taking him out to celebrate his 6 years of YouTube monetization. And if you can't see the picture up nice and close, Tim has a very happy face. He's all sorts of dressed up. He's got his nice shirt, pressed shirt on. Maybe Tammy going to do his laundry. That's awesome. Thank you for, I'm so sorry it took me a while, but I think it's great that we discovered it. I'm so slow. He probably sent me a text. I had text messages coming through and I was trying to make my thumbnail for the live. So, but I am so glad that finally you got my attention, Sharon, because that's an awesome piece of tea. Thank you for the tea, Sharon. Thank you for the tea. It's an exclusive. Well, it's really exclusive thanks to you, Sharon, but we do love the tea. Oh, the pea jug's right on Miss Tammy's side, Kevlar. She has to travel with it next to her flip-flop foot. Because we know that, yeah, he's a real gentleman. Oh, absolutely opening the door. Absolutely. And the urinal is right next to her foot. You were that close. Amazing job. Well, yeah, no, I'm sure you were excited. I know it took you every bit and ounce of your energy, Sharon, not to run up to him and say, "Are you the famous YouTuber Sarasota Tim?" I want to let you know that your Social Security video changed my life forever. I think that should have been absolutely said. Absolutely. I'll be coming down here. There we go. Oh, look at that. That's even better. I didn't realize I could show up in the little corner over here. Yeah. You got to have the pee bottle in for date night, girl. Just in case. Especially if they want to take a cruise down the beach. Tim needs to be prepared to have a free toilet at all times. Doesn't want to pay for a toilet. He says, hope Tim doesn't get unalived like Tammy's ex. Ooh, well, he doesn't have much to leave. I don't think it. The CC rider, a used Flagstaff, and a F-250 with a recall is going to be anything worth coming in. Hey, well, this is the PP rider tonight. This is Tim with Tammy. This evening at Lido Beach. I got corrected for the pronunciation in Florida. At Lido Beach. So this is concrete evidence coming in piping hot. We've got eyes on the ground at all times. International stardom, Tim. It's getting followed by the paparazzi. But yes, this is Tim tonight with Miss Tammy. So we know that Miss Tammy's still in the picture. You're not sure about his height? Well, I guess we could kind of figure it out by him standing next to the CC rider. Because these are low-riding vehicles, and Tim doesn't look but a head higher than the car. They just scammed a restaurant. Oh, I know they're probably going out to dinner. May have eaten before sunset. It's possible. You know, they probably like those Twilight specials. They got to get there early. Well, that is awesome. We're going to make sure that we also put this on the community page so that everybody is aware. Will we get a sunset video? We probably won't if Tammy's around because he hasn't put anything out since, and I'm wondering if Tammy has a exclusive. So Tim knew he potentially was going to be seeing Tammy tonight, and that's why he spat out 27 videos in 2 days because he knew he couldn't make the same amount of content this evening. That's my guess because he's only put out 3 videos. How can you go from 13 videos, 14 videos, and then down to 3 other than Tammy's on the picture? Because when Tammy's not around, all, bets are off. There is just more content. No, he doesn't notice. He hasn't a clue. I promise you, I looked at his expression. Absolutely clueless, girl. Yeah, he's out for a blue light special. Dinner is on Trampy's card tonight. Yep. They're sharing a steak. I guess it didn't rain all day. No. I guess it didn't, Miss Vicky. I guess it didn't. If he thought the steak was served, wait till he drives into. Oh, this is the best. Okay, let's get back to Tim. We're going to switch back over to his chat. That's awesome. We will be putting that in the community post tonight, guys. That will be at the community post. Maybe I'll open up a poll as to where Tim and Tammy went to dinner tonight. 1 is going to be Carrabba's. 2 will be McDonald's. And 3 will be anywhere where Tim had a coupon. Oh, Tim.
Answer. But
that's awesome.
ain't nobody got time for
Thank
that.
you, Sharon, for that.
So
awesome.
I want to put it on the grill and enjoy it. And if I can do that with a ribeye and love it, not just enjoy it, then that's the way I'm going to roll from now on.
Exactly.
So
I
was
were
able
correct.
to eat yesterday for the first time, other than a few pieces of cheese at Raffaello's, those steaks, and they satisfied me. And now I'm still fasting except for some cream. I had my coffee today since that yesterday. And I continue to enjoy the carnivore diet and the steaks. And now I just know what I won't buy from anybody.
That was awesome.
I got to tell you, I was very kind in that video at the end. And also,
that made for awesome pipey tea during this stream tonight. This is what live stream is all about, guys. When you come here, we get all the pipe tea. Make sure you hit the likes for that. That is a definite hit the like. Sharon is an awesome contributor in more ways than one to this channel. And so we thank her for her knowledge. We already know Tim loves me. When Tim talks about evil and crushing it for Christ, these sermons are aimed specifically at me. I have no idea. I'm just making that up.
I almost put another clip back in to show you. For anybody that might have thought they were overcooked, that real thick one that was kind of domed up, that was the last part I was eating. It wasn't raw, but it was totally medium rare. Medium, not rare, not raw anywhere. It was just pink. So pink, whatever people think is going to make a steak tender, nothing would have helped that steak except maybe a hammer. Maybe I should have beat on it first. And I knew when I picked it up, I said it in the video, it felt very dense. It was heavy, like, and it didn't limp. Never again. Enough said. So anyway, I'm still great.
He's just so truthful. He's, this is what I just appreciate with Tim. He's an honest, truthful kind of guy. It's not that anything going on or why he has to reveal anything about a relationship status, but I think he's, I think it just, a lot of people in his audience were not impressed with what Tammy said. And I feel that he did, in reality, lose some folks on that. And from what Carl has said, and that was Carl's tea, because we've had a lot of tea this week, is that Tim, subscriber Zico, has finally let Carl know that he's finally reached, I guess, a limit with Tim. Whatever his flip-flopping, and I think it's because Tim is somebody who's 66 years old. And not that people should be set in their ways, but they should have a sense of who they are morally, I think, as a person, or who they kind of represent as an individual. Like, hopefully you have that kind of figured out. And Tim still seems to be trying to figure out so much about himself at a very later stage in life. And I don't know how much of it's just for clicks and views. I really do feel that he just gets on camera and just says whatever it comes to mind. And we could all do that. I could spit out easily 14 videos if that was all I had to do all day. But I think people will begin to tire on it. I don't think it is a sustainable model of content for somebody of our generation on YouTube. Not to say that vlogging or reacting or even having our own little bit of fun over in this part of the platform, because we are. Why not? It's interesting to watch this unfold. But his sort of lack of honesty, I think, with his audience, I think, that you need to be authentic. And I think Tim, lacks that, in my opinion.
That
okay.
maybe
I
only
think
consume
that
half of that.
too much.
And the rest of it, the ribeyes, you have all that fat you can literally eat. It tastes good. It flavors the steak. It's amazing.
Sticker. Thank you so much.
Notification there on my phone so I can see myself. So, hey, one step back. I had 3 beautiful steaks. How many I got left in there? I can go load it. I got 3 more, baby. I got 3 of these ribeyes, salmon, 3 hamburger patties, pork chops, and I put it in the refrigerator, that hamburger. So I don't need to buy any more food for a while. And I don't need, but what's great about carnivore? I know one of you said, I'll give him a month and he'll be bored with that.
Yeah, I would agree that Sharon's picture was definitely a mic drop for Tim tonight. I think absolutely so. And this, I can finally take a little look at this one. This is not worth it. Look, Tim's definitely getting some injury tonight. He's game over. Tim is definitely getting a game over. So thank you for that, guys. That was awesome. I'm going to keep Tim chatting. Gosh. But yeah, we know why he's not putting out so much content. Come on, Tim.
I don't think
You know
so.
she doesn't like to
I
do
look
his
forward to
laundry.
eating this food. Who does
Let's
look
think
forward to
where
eating
they
a
went to
good steak?
dinner.
Now, if the meat was going to be like yesterday, I'd hang up my spurs today. Believe me, I'm not gonna. I wouldn't want to have to eat that. Oh my gosh! If I only thought I had a refrigerator full of those. Wow. Anyway, now I'm excited about it. I love these no crashes. That's what Joe Rogan said on a podcast when he tried carnivore. And he's not on carnivore anymore. He said, I don't know how long ago that podcast was, but he's not doing it. I think he said he misses salads or something, but he's in pretty good shape. The guy used to be, what, a kickboxer or something? But he did say there's no crashes, and I don't. The only thing I do is get more hopped up from that right there and just get more energy. But no, I don't come down all day. I think my sleep might be affected slightly with the amount of workouts I'm doing. The muscles might be a little sore, the caffeine, who knows? Hey, I got to check my blood pressure. You know, I quit all them pills because I'm sure that I'm going to be doing good.
Oh, great. Yeah. That's just the type of medical advice that we just love to have out there. Tim. Hold on, let me move myself back over this way. That's what we love to hear. I can even make myself big for a second. That's what we love to hear in the medical profession, Tim. Just stop my pills. That's why I think that half of this being prescribed pills, this has got to be bogus. Really? This is, I know, blah, blah. It is. It's like Tim has told us this stuff about his diet. I am going to have a registered dietitian on, guys, to talk about Tim and his flip-floppy diets. Maybe we talk about somebody who flip-flops diets all the time, because it would be interesting to hear that from the perspective of a registered dietitian. I don't think a registered dietitian, though, they're not going to recommend you just stick to one single thing. Protein is just one source of the building blocks in your amino acids that in your body. You know, you do need to have other things to build these amino acids and these building blocks. And it can't just come from meat. You need to have other things to help you build it. So it's better to have a variety in your diet. And also you need that to help you with your colon health often. You need the roughage to keep things moving. There's a number of reasons that I can think of. But I am going to have a registered dietitian on, and my friend Cheekbones. And she is here in the United States. She is the certified registered dietitian. She's worked specifically with patients with diabetes. And so she comes with a wealth of knowledge. And starting to come into the world of Tim. You might have seen her in the chat sometimes on a Tim Live. So she's becoming familiar with Tim and getting to know a little bit more. We got a lot of good stuff incoming. Yeah, she's very good. Absolutely, Catherine. So we're going to get a little bit about her thoughts on Tim and his diet. And my friend Eloise, who is a pharmacist, I think she's probably gone to bed in the UK now. I'd love to have her weigh in on Tim. I know she has. Obviously, just being so nonchalant, I just stopped taking my pills because I'm going to just take care of myself. Well, we see how good you do with the eye, Tim. We see how good you do with the eye. Yes. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Cheekbones is a wealth of knowledge, and I cannot wait to get her here for this one. I think it would be invaluable to have that. So, yeah. Wish more people like Tim and Tammy play poker. You think they got poker face? I reached the age of 6, never heard anything about good nutrition. He's not always looking the best of health, though. His eyes are not doing great. He's probably never had a colonoscopy. It's probably not good to be his age and never had a colonoscopy. Never heard of Tim talking about a colonoscopy. Maybe that will be the next pretend health hawk that he has. All right, keep flying, Tim. Blah, blah.
Thank you very much on the weight loss. Congratulations, I got on 202. And yes, I understand that it's not the number, that it's going to be how you feel and your inches. And I look down, I still see a little pudge, but man, I was looking at a pretty big belly there. And I said, draw a line in the sand, Baker. That's it. You're not going there. No way. And I'm cognizant of what you see on video. I'm cognizant of what other people see. I'm mainly cognizant of what I'm looking at. You know, you're not going to attract anybody either. I mean, some people are attracted to that, I guess. But anyway, I've always been cognizant of my appearance, how I dress, how I groom, and I don't know what happened. I was just like throwing calls.
What are you talking about, Tim? You got flip-flops on in that picture at Lido Beach, and it looked like you guys were going to dinner. And so I did put out a poll. It's where did Tim and Tammy go for dinner tonight, guys? Carrabba's? Because we know he loves chicken marsala. He loves that chicken marsala. Masala? I think it's marsala. That's the French chicken dish. Very rich. Very rich. McDonald's. So the McDonald's, however Tim says it. Mac. Or somewhere with a blue plate special. Where did he go? If nobody's familiar with the blue plate special, if you're not in the United States, that's an early bird, sort of discounted meal. Like it would be like one meal would be the blue plate special of the day. So a meatloaf and mashed potato with green beans, you know, something of that nature. A chicken, you know, dish, you know, a basic sort of family meal would be the blue plate special. That's kind of how I think of the blue plate special. Wherever they can scan the bill. They need to have, you know, they do have these channels where they do Gray Hair's Daily Special. Oh, Tar Heels. I admit I never had a colonoscopy either. I did the Cologuard, but not a colonoscopy. Well, that's okay. Some of those fit tests are actually pretty good. So, I mean, I need to do those types of tests myself. The only things with those is I think you have to do them annually, whereas if you go under the sedation, it is one that they kind of let you not have to do as frequently. So the one, I think when you do like the fit tests, they have to be kind of done every year in order to kind of monitor, whereas the other ones, they are done less frequently. And that's what I understand the difference. But both are equally good. Just one has to be done more frequently. And I think for certain situations, the other, which is less invasive, is potentially a much better option. And I think it's very easy to do once a year in the home. We call it the blue hair special. That's a pretty good one. Tim and Tammy collaborate on dinner. She buys it. He shares it with her. Oh, absolutely. So I was going to actually put a 2-for-1 special, which is kind of like a blue plate, I guess. Because Tim and Tammy are the waitress's worst nightmare, you know? And I know that a lot of people do it because we don't need to have the same type of calories and all that stuff. But she says, you know, they aren't doing that much anymore in Florida. Florida has got much more wealthier retirees. They were very popular when I moved here in the 60s. The average retiree was living home. So is that the blue plate special? Well, is that... we're just making fun of Tim and Tammy, but that they don't have them like that anymore. Well, that's good to know because I like to have a bargain meal. No, we don't get blue plate specials in Virginia Beach like we used to either. It's hard to come by now. I think a lot of places don't do them like they used to. We used to have like the Morrison's cafeteria up here in Virginia Beach. And then there was a very nice little local, they used to call it the Silver Diner. I don't know. It got into all sorts of weird stuff. But they would do like a good old-fashioned blue plate special. I didn't eat a lot of it because I don't eat a lot of that food. But they had like lower cost meals. That's wild. Am I being wild? You wish they did? You missed them? Yeah. Oh, the Morrisons? I don't know which part of being wild. I could be wild about anything. Scare me the bill. They can sift the waiter. They can probably sift the maze. You have a Mexican place that does that? Oh, I've never known a Mexican to do blues. Cracker Barrel? Well, I know a lot. See, what a lot of the places do in this area are happy hours. So there are a lot of restaurants where you can get excellent happy hours in this area. Very good happy hours. So we don't really have the blue plate special, but Virginia has a lot of happy hours. And they obviously include food and beverages. And they are very good. You can go out and eat very well at some very good restaurants at a fraction of the cost if you can get in there early enough. They just call it happy hour around here. Oh, Ian did have a colonoscopy and upper endoscopy at the same day. I said the doctor just before they put me under, if you're going to use the same kind, please do the top end first. Oh, Ian, that is funny. But that was a lot to go through. I'm sorry they did it both ways. They were really checking out your gastric system. Bless your heart. You put in for the poo-poo train. You love the early bird special in Florida. I know. That doesn't seem like it's a thing anymore. Like I said, Virginia just does happy hour, which includes alcohol. So, I mean, might be better than the early bird special. Get a lot of happy hours in Virginia Beach. Okay. If you want a good happy hour, I promise you, Virginia Beach is the city of happy hour. It is awesome. You will dine well and you will pay a fraction of and it's only before 6. It's like 4 to 6. After 6, you're going to be paying premium pricing. Anything before that, you will get some really good meal deals. So I always joke with my friends that we go out and eat like old folks. Though we are old folk now. Because we like to get out early to get those specials. Okay. All right. Let's get it back to Tim. All right.
Caution to the wind, eating whatever I wanted, doing whatever I wanted. And that's over. That's over, hopefully, the rest of my life. But you can't believe a damn thing I say. But for right now, that's it. And I'm actually wanting to run now.
Is this the man we just saw in a picture, probably headed to Carrabba's with Tammy? He's going to just be conscientious of his diet. Is this the guy who just said he was over at Fred and Raffaella's eating the pasta? Tim, you know you're just trying to say you're a carnivore because it's whatever. That seems to be more popular with your audience. It gets you better views. Somebody who runs the Carrabba's? Is that the same Carrabba's over at Lido Beach? Is there one over there? Is there a Carrabba's nearby? I'm just making a Carrabba's up over. Just I know that it's like Tim and Tammy's favorite place. I always want to know, did they see them in there? We need the photo evidence now. Sharon, next time you have to follow. I'm just teasing. Please do not do that. Don't. Tim carries weapons.
That's why I got those shoes. I literally want to run. When I go to the gym or walk, I feel like just run. Trot, jog, not run. But that's going to get more and more. And biking and different things like that. Hopefully I can, when the weather clears up, I will get back in that ocean
also yesterday?
and start to snorkel again too. Swimming. You're going to see a transformation, folks. I'm going to see it.
Oh, he puts out shorts and I've never seen one of his own personal shorts. I've seen other shorts of people making fun of Tim, but I've never watched a Tim short. So he was doing that on top of the other stuff.
For me, for you, for the world, whatever I want, I'm going to do. I do me. And that's the way I've always done it. But
of course you do you, Tim. And I think now at some point your audience is kind of getting sick of that rhetoric. Because your you do you is about how you do people in your comment section. And sometimes you don't do people very nicely. The 4 moderators I was calling of the apocalypse, I think is what I've decided to call them now. There's death and pestilence. I got to figure out their names. All right, keep going, Tim. I got to figure them out.
But I want to do the right thing. And looking towards God's direction first, being grateful for what I have.
Please stop
walking down
God.
As humbly as you can be.
Can you please stop bringing God into this? They have requested for you to stop that. They said they have nothing to do with your shenanigans. This has nothing to do with the teachings of the Lord.
And sometimes we get a little prideful, is the way to live. Kindness, support.
Kindness and support means kindness and support to Tim's affiliate links in the bottom of his description box, everybody. And to his coffee donations, for goodness sake. That's the kindness that Tim's referring to. How dare you not be kind to Tim? How dare you not be kind? Keep going, Tim. I'm going to bring you up and we're going to keep going.
Treating others like you want to be treated is exactly how you crush it.
Anytime he says treat others how you wish to be treated, is that referring to Tammy saying to shove a drink or throw a drink into somebody's face? And then you thought that was real cute and funny and reiterated it in another video? Or is that referring to me not making commentary around you? You can no longer strike at because you have a cease and desist from my attorneys and some other stuff. Which is it, Tim? And don't think that my attorneys haven't kept in touch to make sure I don't need any other help. Make sure that you're not playing in shenanigans. All right, Tim. Let's see what other nonsense you put out today. That got how many views? How many people took the time to use up their day with this one? 2,500. So let's have a look at this. Haven't had a video for 6 hours. And obviously we know. Sharon, drop in the chat for a moment. Roughly what time that picture was taken at. Just obviously sunset, but what time around sunset? I guess sunset here in Virginia Beach, what, 7:30, 8 o'clock? So it probably was like right when you were trying to get hold of me. I'm thinking around that time. It was a great piece of detective work. Hey, Brianna, coming on in. Hey, girl. Those resuscitation doll teeth are disturbing. Are you looking at a resuscitation doll's teeth? Oh, don't do that. I had to work on those types of things before. Okay. Here we go. Let's get to it. It says CC Rider. We get to see this. Is this all this is, Tim? This is okay. Well, this looks safe. This is good. Tim is good. Is he just filming? What is he doing? Let's make sure he's at 1.25. Yes. Okay, take it away, Tim.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? Sarasota Tim, sitting here at the home 20. You can't miss rain inside my camper. One drop, and you can hear it hit the sun vents up there or the roof, whatever it is. I mean, it's like being waterboarded. You can definitely hear anything hitting the roof. And wow, just as I started videoing, it actually lightened up a little bit.
Oh.
I was actually going to sit here until, so I ran out, got in the car, and I was just going to sit here until it stopped or slowed down.
Oh,
it was just really pouring down. So here we are, summertime, rain.
So I'm in the same time zone as Tim. So that's like 8:30. And no wonder you were desperately trying to get hold of me. God, it took me a while to realize that. I apologize. Good Lord. I saw you in the chat, Sharon. I always said, like, hey, Lord of my life. Well, you know what? Sometimes the best tea is served a little bit later on. That tea was piping, though. So that would have been right when we started, 8:30. Okay. So his last video came out like 6 hours ago. That was like 4 o'clock. So, yeah, he was off picking up Miss Tammy or whatever. Maybe they were coming back from dinner. Yeah, that does make sense, actually. That they had already ate, potentially, and were leaving and going for a little sunset walk. But obviously not to be filmed by Tim. Or we'll see tomorrow if he puts anything out. We'll see if we got a sunset video. I have a feeling Miss Tammy doesn't like that camera anywhere near her. But we'll see. If he puts out a video, we'll know Tammy was there.
Hey, look at this. You know, it's slacking up on me. Look at the ponding and the flooding right outside of my car here.
Buy me a
right outside of where I live.
Believe it or not.
And that was like in...
I'm trained to be a psychiatric mental health nurse practitioner, and somehow I'm fascinated with the shenanigans of people like Sarasota Tim. Because as I always say to people, we never get to treat narcissists with personality disorders and traits potentially like Sarasota Tim has, in my guesstimation, not treating or diagnosing, because they do not like therapy. And if they do come to therapy, it's like one time and then they're gone. So the social media has, for once, for those of us who study psychiatry, an opportunity to see these folks in the wild in their own habitat and creating, a lot of times, letting the mask slip of their traits. And it's fascinating to watch because, like I said, we don't get to see them too much otherwise.
5 minutes.
They don't like us.
There is such, we're only about a foot above sea level. I mean, really, we're not very high above sea level here. And there's a lot of low-lying ground. I don't know whether the ground's been eroded from all the hurricanes and rain and different things that we've had over the years. But on the roads everywhere around here, there's a lot of ponding. Very dangerous. You don't want to drive in it with low-profile tires.
So is this just a video of Tim sitting in the car? You obviously got the CC rider out at some point, Tim, because that's what we saw you with Miss Tammy. So sometime this rain ended.
Thank God, though, the slab here stays nice and high, even during Tropical Storm Debbie last year, which was the most rain I've ever seen in my life. I was in a different part of the park here temporarily when I first moved here, and I thought the camper was going to blow over. But that was it for me, and I stayed in it, which I'll never do again. But I never seen water even come up in the slab.
And that's what I love about this community, Sharon, is that would be your first thought when you saw this picture, was to get it to me. And I am so appreciative. And I know all the people who supported the continuation of this channel are also very appreciative, because Tim is trying to strike down good journalism like this and good reaction and commentary. This is a man who just said that he wants to stop taking supposedly all his medications because he's so healthy. What in the wellness industrial nonsense are you talking about, Tim? Do you understand that big wellness is a bigger and worse grift? They want to have no regulation so they can exploit people like you, Tim. They don't want to have evidence-based practice or any type of standard held, because then how could they sell the grift to you? It is a terrible grift. And we in the medical community, have trying to let people know as best as possible that these folks who tout all this wellness stuff, it's for the most part an enormous scam. It's a ginormous scam. But they try to demonize those of us who actually follow ethical codes of standard and practice and follow only the best evidence to give to our patients. And these folks, the stuff, they don't follow any of that stuff. So just be very cautious at all times.
There.
Okay, my TED Talk over.
It was nice and high. So in that respect, but here comes the rain again, and more, lines of fire coming down on us. I'm trying to get somewhere to go walk, and it seems like it's like nighttime. This really is terrible. I think the whole day is going to be like this. Bummer. I'm
not surprised. I mean, he persistently talks about, David, the fact that he loves to tout the fact he has those, pew-pews in the house. And it's surprising how much money he spent on those. Not really, but he spent a lot of money on those, partly probably to impress JJ. I have a feeling that he was a big man on campus and he could have a bunch of that stuff too. And then he turns around and has to buy his teeth on a care credit. So it just kind of tells you a little bit about his financial rationalization and why this man probably shouldn't be giving retirement advice.
Let me turn this camera around. We'll add a few more clips and talk, and then I'll get this one up for you guys. Well, I'm riding through the park here to get my mail, and I have a gift sent to me from Ray and his wife that sent me the phone holder that goes around my neck. And look at the ponding on the road. I told you. It's only rained a little bit this morning, but it is coming down in Florida. Look, it's a lake here. I have these low profile tires. I should be driving the truck. Maybe I'll go home and get in the truck. This is, yeah.
Yeah, that would be good content, Tim, if you flooded out your engine of your CC rider. I'd stay for that.
I think that's what I'll do. This is no good. I ran to the car before the rain started. If there's enough of a break after I get my mail, I'll go get in the crusher. Well, scratch that.
Tim was out in public, and he is a famous YouTuber and international internet personality. So there was no invasion of privacy. If you're out on the public streets here in the United States, you're open to be photographed. So don't worry about it. He doesn't care who he talks to.
The office is closed today. It's Saturday for the third time this week to me. I forget what day of the week it is. Yeah, the office is closed. I've got a package in there. I got to wait all the way on Monday. Bummer.
Oh dear.
Oh man.
I don't know if I can say that.
Yeah, let's go get in the 4-wheel drive.
It might not be.
No way I'm going to ride the little CC rider. It's got 2-inch tire depth and 4 inches of water or more. So we'll be back. This is ridiculous.
Uh-oh. Tim is angry at the rain, everybody. How dare they make him switch vehicles? How dare he pay for that fine slab in that well-heeled trailer park? Sorry, a recreational vehicle location, fun stop. I know. I'm not trying to be awful. Well, I am to Tim because I know how much it irritates him. Okay, I'm being not nice. I need to be nice, but sometimes I just can't with Tim. And I know it gets him because he can't get rid of me. So thank you guys for all your support on that. Really, honestly, because part of the reason why we can keep having fun like this is because you guys did support me. Attorneys, as we know, are not inexpensive in the United States. And it was fully helped. And he can't stand it. It irritates the heck out of him that all of you guys are here tonight celebrating, all 142,000 of you. Make sure you hit the likes on the way in to celebrate his 6 years of being monetized with a grift on YouTube. And that we get to enjoy this, because it is the 6 years that Tim has been receiving his side hustle, which means that Tim started his side hustle long before he started receiving his social retirement free money. So Tim's been trying at this for some time. He's been wanting to try to get that YouTube coin. And for whatever reason, he did get that. Somehow he got picked up in the algorithm. Because like I said, I think so much of his own subscribers clicked on it because they thought they were going to learn a special secret from Tim.
Ridiculous. I practically got soaked. I had to go in the house and get my key. Let's get this baby started.
Why don't you own a raincoat? I own a raincoat. I don't try with an umbrella anymore. I lost so many umbrellas in the wind here in Virginia. I gave up. But I did invest in a nice raincoat. And that thing has been a godsend. Especially walking the dog and stuff.
Start. Oh, we got to take the sun things down. I got no phone holder on the windshield. Maybe I'll go by Walmart and pick up another. I need one anyway. One of those.
I think it was car detailing too.
They're the best. Sometimes it's not.
I don't know how much expertise, but he used to show up with like no shirt on, showing his pew-pews. Why he had no shirt on?
Always perfect, but it seems to be better than anything I've used so far. We put everything away. I'm soaked. Well, we need it.
It won't blow.
Crushing it.
It won't blow.
Bye-bye, CC Rider. Got the four-wheel drive. Well, driving around, got a little REO Speedwagon going on, following the recommendations of all you commenters regarding the classic rock songs. And
see, I'm probably being silly too. So half the time I'm not being serious, especially not tonight. Not celebrating. Oh, about Tim's privacy. Well, we just want to make sure we're not brigading. Remember?
I'm enjoying them all. So we're going to ride around and change up the playlist today through Amazon Music and crush this rain and these mud puddles with no problem with the crusher. Take this puddle right here, for example. Look at that. You see that?
Let me dox my entire neighborhood and everybody around me. Let me keep going. Let me complain about something I cannot control. Rain. You know what, Tim? You, though, sir, are very ungrateful. And ungrateful to the American taxpayer. And for the 6 years of monetization on YouTube. And the people who have somehow managed to want to watch. Even I found you. But when I found you and then I was watching and the way you were and how I could just see the more views, you could not believe the money. I know you were watching that money come in. He could not believe it, guys. You could see like the glee building up in Tim's face as his channel was starting to grow and he was sustaining views. I mean, like people coming in to listen to what this guy had to say about just doing his like day-to-day stuff, you know, doing the sausages over at the Publix and stuff, and you know how he was, you know, doing all these things, and it was just like, and you know, Tim can tell a story, and I guess you know people were looking to watch anything, and he was popping up in my feed, but then I was like, something just didn't sit right with me about how he then was interacting with his audience. He next thing you knew, he and Tammy were off traveling and getting, you know, stays in people's houses and stuff. And I just really felt, and even though everyone of them, our community is awesome and just a great group of people. And I know you all are. I think that there always should be, though, when you're a creator and even somebody who's in the general public, a necessary amount of caution taken, because there has been incidences where weird stuff happens, but Tim was just out and staying all over the place. Now I think these people did own some type of place that you could stay in, so it did kind of make sense that he may not, but he definitely was enjoying free stays at people's properties. And I think, you know, I remember he went to North Carolina, was doing that. So anyway, just kind of was like, oh, you know, it kind of the channel went from him talking about that to this like travel channel. And it just went in a totally different direction. Anyway.
Look at this. It's a lake. Uh-oh. This road doesn't go through. I got to turn around down here. I just thought I'd go through that. I wasn't watching what I was doing. I made the wrong turn.
Was that just my idea?
But no problem. I can go through it again because I've got the super crusher. Actually, it does go through, so that was cool. There's one thing about the super crusher that's not cool, and that's it takes a football field to make a U-turn.
Oh, yeah. That's what I was trying to say. So on the back of the American taxpayer money, Tim, you have the opportunity to get out of the CC rider and get into your super crusher and leave the neighborhood, rain or whatever. So I think you being ungrateful and complaining is just not cool. I meant to say that. I went a different tangent.
Get this thing around. Yeah, well, we need it. But we've had enough for it. There's enough water on the ground to give everybody a drink, all these plants. Let's get over here somewhere. Let's go to the mall. Let's go to the LA Fitness over on Lakewood Ranch Boulevard. I mean, Ranch Boulevard in Lakewood.
You can absolutely do it. And if anybody is a member of my community, would have had the access to the member-only videos today, where I produced 5 videos uploaded with thumbnails and even like titles and stuff. No editing. I did 5 videos coming from pretty much my car because I didn't want to. Anyway, I did 5 by noon today, and that was all uploaded to YouTube by noon. 5 videos by noon. It's not anything that's difficult at all. It's lit, and I at least wore my microphone, so I still took it up a step from Tim.
Wood Ranch. Let's get out
in
here.
Every video.
I wonder if Sudstop's open today. You know, they were open yesterday after it rained. I think they got to have a forecast if it's going to be raining most of the day before they'll tell everybody to stay home. Otherwise, they know how it is down here in Florida.
Yes, Tim has really no hobbies that don't involve him spending money. He's no real sort of like, he doesn't really do anything around that property. He doesn't properly care for his Flagstaff at all. He's not very, handy with stuff. Tim just is somebody who really is out wanting to have fun at all times. He really has that, personality. And for him, YouTube is fun. It's so easy. If literally all you have to do, because he does no preparation. Occasionally he put out a Social Security video, and he actually had some little bit of like information, because he doesn't appear as an expert, and I guess he just can't BS his mouth along, so he has to at least get some statistics or something to have some vague credibility.
Rains 1 minute, stops.
It probably kills him to have to do that.
I think today is kind of a washout. We'll find out. Hey, thanks for the congratulations.
Whatever, Tim. And I would hate to be one of his brand sponsors. I find this is where he irks me. Absolutely. And it's not that I haven't reviewed products, but the thing is when I actually review a product and I share it with you guys or share a link, I still have this thing in my house. These are legitimately things that I believe are like good things, and I do then generally share it, but I've had to vet it out, like certain things about things, and have used it even for a little bit of time. And sometimes it irritates the companies that I'm making the content for, because they're like, where's your video? And I'm like, well, I need to see how it works, to give a good, honest, review. And they're like, okay. And then I do actually have like more set timelines, like when I had the recliner chair, and I, have to put the paid promotion on that one, because that was a very expensive item. And so that would definitely be part of one that would be coming under for tax purposes because of its value. Some of the other smaller ones, I think there's certain anyway. I know that Tim does not keep his products. He literally is going to bring it in, sell it to his audience, because he could have, he just gets more products than in the future, but he doesn't really think these are good things. He then sells them immediately. He doesn't keep the only one. I don't even think that smartwatch thing, it's probably gone to the wayside now too. So he's prepared to sell stuff to his audience that he wouldn't keep or use himself. It just all gets sold. So that to me is such a disingenuous creator influencer. I don't want to ever hear this man say he needs another bike again.
On the comments, I read a few already for the 6-year birthday anniversary of the YouTube channel. I really appreciate you guys so much, each and every one of you. Mr. Ray, sorry I can't get my gift until.
Yeah, I think you shouldn't be somebody who's just doing it for the brand deal. I think if you're really going to have time to show product, it's because you genuinely really like the product. And that's why you're showing your audience. That's why you show respect to your community. That's why Tim shows zero respect for his community. Everything that I've ever shown on this channel, I have and use. My recliner, that air purifier, freaking love that thing. I actually purchased additional filters for it because it's such a good product. It really has helped keep the air clean in my home. And Junebug likes to sit in front of it too. I think it circulates the air. And so she actually has time where she sits in front of it. And it's kept my filter for my air conditioner much cleaner in my home. So I've really liked it. The bracelet I got, I love that, wearing that bracelet. There was the skincare product, that stuff all gone. I used that stuff up. I still have a micro thing. There's a couple of other things. An eyeliner I haven't shared yet. But anyway, I wouldn't do it if I didn't really like it. I really have to think about it. I get approached, not a great deal. Supplement companies are always approaching me. I won't touch that stuff. That stuff is absolutely stuff I would not touch.
Till Monday, I was really looking forward to it. I was
Other
out
than
all day
check out the
yesterday
scam on it.
and wasn't able to get to
And
the
they won't
office
send
before
me.
they closed. But we'll share that with everybody and make a video on Monday. Looking really forward to that little
Yeah,
gizmo.
it's not if you're paying for the gas. That's not then a cheap way to travel. See, Tim anticipates, Kerry, that his audience is to contribute to his gas fund. That's what he does. He literally asks for the donations for the gas. I know he could give one of, yeah, but he doesn't. He sells them. He just sells it. It's just, he gets so excited because he's just going to turn around and sell those bikes. That's why I don't think like a lot of like there's that one Tater, I guess it is. He's like notorious for that too. It's terrible. Why would you bring the product if you have no why? I feel bad for the brands that even like have these people. I mean, sometimes. I mean, just because they're just gonna turn around and put it on Facebook. I mean, I don't know. I just don't like it. I think it's just like a kind of like not cool to your audience. You want them to buy it though and spend the money, but you won't even keep it for free. It's just something that you're going to turn around and make money on. It's wild. All right, keep going. Is there anything else, Tim?
Oh, and I think a lot of other people might want to get one as well. So let's get on down the road here and crush it. Hey, how's it going, everybody? Sarasota, Tim.
How did I get that starting twice? All right, let's check out this last video and then we'll head out and finish the Tim must be out with Tammy celebrating his 6 years of YouTube monetization. So I guess his AdSense is paying for dinner tonight. Or maybe he had a generous donation from one of his very kind and dear subscribers who so generously donated to him on his Buy Me a Coffee.
Hey, how's it going?
Let's finish out, Tim. Is this isn't what he was this what he was wearing in the picture? I need to double check. I felt like he was in a button-up shirt though. He's looking so pleased as punch with himself because he knows he's out to dinner with Tammy tonight and he's not having to cook a steak. He knows he's going to be lying to his audience and off to Carrabba's for some of that Italian pasta. This man can't kick that pasta habit.
Going, everybody? Sarasota, Tim. Sitting here in the air-conditioned. It's not raining. It's cloudy. It's actually not too bad outside.
Yeah, boo.
Temperature-wise, it's not boiling or anything. But I do like to keep the air conditioning from working as hard as it has
3
to.
times the speed.
And I have something defrosting for later on.
It's only 7 minutes. It's something defrosting for later on. Tim, you are such a liar. Well, you might be defrosting later on tomorrow. Not tonight, Tim. We know you went out to dinner with Tammy. We got the photo evidence that you were out and about. 8:30. That was probably after dinner. Because Tim and Tammy probably out early. Maybe they were a late eater. I don't know. I wonder which way. If he eats late, that could be why he's gaining weight too. You don't want to eat that late, Tim.
Had a couple of boiled eggs earlier and a piece of cheese. I don't know if that cheese is really, after that's gone, I don't think I'm going to buy any more. It could be a little addictive and could be slowing up the weight loss. But I have this hamburger meat that I did.
Really, Tim? I have no idea why a hunk of saturated fat called cheese would be hindering your weight loss journey. Cheese is good. Don't get me wrong. Tasty, tasty, tasty. Not so good always. Got to be careful with tasty stuff sometimes. Tasty is usually a sign unless it's fruit to keep away. I love fruit. And I have to be cautious with the fruit. Like I can only have half a banana in the day. I could eat a ton of fruit. But I realized that I can't eat but so much fruit in the day.
Did not buy it all.
I love it.
But I'm going to eat it because it's fine. and I have another ribeye steak. If I have to live on these, I will, because all I'm eating every day is basically a steak, or I could add a hot dog or a sausage, bratwurst, a ham, any additional cheap thing. And I don't have to have steak. I can eat just a bunch of hamburgers. But I do like the fatty.
Catherine, you should go treat yourself to some of that Manchego cheese. Go have some. Have a little tapas.
The fatty steak there. And I don't miss the vegetables. I don't miss having a salad or a potato. That is just fine. I've got my red one salt up there. There it is. And
you're welcome.
I've got the delicious McDonald's coffee and creamer.
Thanks for joining
and
us.
I'll tell you, I've been going along pretty good.
Everyone.
Now, I know a lot of you say, and you're probably right.
Dinger is getting closer and closer to getting, I think, his channel monetized. Is that right? Angel of Glass or Catherine, if you want to link, pop a link in for Dinger's channel, please do so in the chat. Dinger's channel, and what's it called? Dinger. Just look up Dinger Sarasota Tim, and if you guys can drop the links, we're okay with that.
You're right. I could eat apple pie every day and be sick of it, right? Too much of anything makes Johnny a dull boy, or however it goes. But there's many types of meats. There's fish, chicken, pork, beef. There's all kinds of stuff. And I crave that.
Did we just really have Tim list out every type of meat that he could think of off the top of his head? Thank you to the 111th and whatever. I want to thank you all, my beautiful souls, for watching me this evening. All of you are beautiful and you mean a lot to me. I'm going to do the cheesy thing that they do in Girl World. Love.
More than I ever would. Let's say, for example, I wanted to become a vegetarian. I was eating just greens and stuff like that. No meat. That would get boring quick.
Well, thank you, Irish.
A lot more than I do a salad. I enjoyed salads, especially at the restaurants where they make them really good. And they're probably not the healthiest for you, but they have all those ingredients, apple pieces, nuts, and all that kind of stuff. And, somebody made a comment like, hey, come Christmas time, you're going to be wanting that Claxton fruitcake. And I'll probably have a slice. But for right now, me and my lard ass and my big belly are going down, baby. We're going down. And I am down 8 pounds. But 8 pounds of...
Yeah, we don't believe you if we don't see you on the scale, Tim. His eye's not looking awesome. He's suddenly looking... he really does look like he's aged in the last year. It must be all the haters spreading evil on the internet, wearing him out. Tim, we know you're out with Tammy, probably eating carabas tonight. Let's see what the poll's saying so far. So we have had 85 votes. So if you haven't had a chance to take a chance to vote in this poll, there's more people on this live stream than poll voters. I'm just teasing. It's free. Anyway, 51% think that Tim went to Carrabba's for dinner tonight. We do not think you stuck to your carnivore diet, Tim. 14% McDonald's. 34% still think that Tim found a blue plate special down in this very expensive part of Florida. He did it, though. He did. All right, Kim, keep going. This is our last poll of the Tim. 6 years of monetized grift on YouTube. Keep going, Tim.
From 210, you're still 202 pounds. The internet says my ideal weight is like 170.
Yeah, exactly.
It means I'm still 32 pounds overweight. Never in your wildest dreams will I ever want to or go to 170 pounds. No, I'll look anorexic. But 185, 190, not even 195. That might be a little bit, I don't know. With muscle, I could probably go there. So I've got a good 7 to 10 pounds
muscle
minimum.
What the muscle are you going on about, Tim? Nobody thinks you're going into Planet Fitness other than to take a shower. Especially after that coffee, Tim. I promise you, your bowels are moving. Coffee, very stimulating to the bowel, Tim. Extremely stimulating. And you are a fan of coffee, my friend. Might be the one thing keeping you regular with that very heavy meat diet. Because meat takes a long time to digest through the colon. So I'm just telling you from what it just takes a lot longer to move through. That's why it's good to have the vegetable roughage. Vegetables are digested much quicker through the digestive tract, and therefore it moves faster through the digestive tract. Meat, on the other hand, is something that takes much longer for your body to digest. It could take 12 hours for a piece of meat to be digested, where it could take just a few hours for vegetables to be digested. So it's a good job you drink coffee, Tim.
And I say pounds, inches is what I want. Inches. Don't get nasty. Hey, it's not the size. Anyway,
Tim doesn't have any type of, he ate a couple of handfuls of blueberries. Pardon me. But he is very, I would say, probably pretty vitamin deficient for a lot of stuff. And of course, now he's eschewed, as one of Tim's favorite words, all of his pills. So, you know, he's not taking anything now because he's the picture of health here at almost 67 years old. And I've seen men in their 70s who look far better than Tim.
Oh boy, you guys got me going. We are going to have a good time eating meat. Oh my God, this is just getting deeper and deeper. I've got a video going here with Henry Fonda. Look.
They do.
You know, on the weekends on Grit.
Yeah. It can really get stuck in the pockets of the diverticuli. That's why people get diverticulitis. And seeds sometimes can too, but, you know, it can definitely, you know, be something that if you're not getting enough fiber to kind of clear it out, it has more potential of hanging in the colon.
They play a lot of different kinds of Western movies instead of the 30-minute, you know, Rifleman, Tales of Wells Fargo, Bat Masterson, and the like. So, with this weather day like it is, I've got 11,000 steps in.
At all.
I crushed it at the mall. I'm feeling a little bit relaxed right now because of all the miles I walked and a nice shower. I'm all freshened up again. I'm not really looking to go out and crush it anymore. I think I'm just going to.
You're not looking to go out and crush it anymore? Let me just remind everyone of this. Really, Tim? You're not crushing it anymore? Is that not you out this evening at around 8:30 with Miss Tammy outside the CC Rider? Yeah, you're trying to tell your audience here that you're not going out anymore? Why you lie so much to your audience, Tim? No, he's never crushed it, Ms. Vicky. He's never crushed it. Yeah, it is all about him. Absolutely. That's all he thinks about. Call it another lie. Priceless. Absolutely. It's just, you know, that's why I did that one video, 12-minute of narcissistic lies. Because that's all this man does is lie. Lying about his diet, lying about how he's eating tonight, lying about his weight loss, lying about his evening plans. It's all lies. I mean, that's fine. But don't turn around and stick out your crushing it for Christ the next day and telling about how everybody else is evil and you've been forgiven. Because I think your audience is just getting like done with it. But we've just heard you say that you're not going anywhere. Okay. Well, it seems like that's not what people saw tonight, Tim. Thank you, Sharon. And it's just great. Let's go back a little bit again. Just hear what Tim's plans were for tonight. Just make sure we didn't mishear him. You know, because the media and all of these people have a way of misconstruing what's true and lying, and they're evil people. Let's keep being evil, everyone.
A little bit relaxed right now because of all the miles I walked and a nice shower. I'm all freshened up again. I'm not really looking to go out and crush it anymore. I think I'm just going to take a day. It's a celebratory day of 6 years on YouTube. And I'd like to shout out to TRD, who's actually been with me since the very beginning when I had a Toyota 4Runner. And he keeps the comments alive. He's very witty.
I'm wondering if they're one of the 4 moderators of the apocalypse.
So I love all of you guys and so many other ones out there too that have been with me.
See, this is a manipulation tactic that Tim's using, and this is the tactic that's used by a lot of these self-help sort of motivational gurus. Like, I'm sorry, I don't like a lot of these people like Mel Robbins or Jay Shetty, very dubious individuals. And they will, that's why I'm kind of been, you know, doing the sort of stuff. But they will use language like telling people how much they love them. Does Tim know these people? I mean, love seems to be, I mean, obviously I like, obviously my community, but it's a way to, you know, have something of a parasocial relationship with his audience. And Tim has parasocial and actual in real life social relationships. So he does seem to blur. And it's not that I'm not starting to get to know people better. Obviously, there's people that I've started, you know, I text with, and, you know, they know who they are in my community, in my comment sections and chat tonight, that people that know that, you know. So I'm not saying that doesn't happen. But Tim is obviously somebody who's going to try to, has used that sort of tactic and that kind of familiarity. And it's, you watch these people who are marketing geniuses use this very type of voice and type of familiarity to grow their channels. And it works very well. It works very well.
For quite a while. But TRD, I just kind of go back with him because of the 4Runner. And actually, when they first started talking to me on YouTube, it was kind of funny, is, you know how I have my sayings? Well, he's got a saying, and he can never comment to me without saying.
Yeah, Mel Robbins is a marketing genius. I enjoy watching Mel Robbins just because she's very good at how she manipulates her audience. That, to me, from a psychiatric standpoint, is absolutely fascinating. She has no expertise or any type of real background to be doing anything. I think she was an attorney, anything with like mental health. It's very dangerous for people who don't. The one that she's had out recently, the Let Them theory, is actually some very dangerous advice in protecting people's mental health. But it's very difficult. They are expert marketers, and they have a way of making their audience feel like they're really having this connection. So it's fascinating to watch, but caution it always.
Why is all that crap in the back of your 4Runner? Because I didn't trash it, but I had crap. I would just leave stuff.
Yeah.
You know, I do the same thing now. In the 4Runner days, I did go around with a lot of
well, no. It's how she says, I love you. Just take a listen. I promise. You'll listen in a different way. Now I've mentioned something to you. I promise you, you'll suddenly be like, oh, that's fascinating. Because you'll hear like the word she chooses to use. And she's notorious in certain circles for her. She doesn't really have good advice. It's catchy pop psychology. It's not really something that would be effective in reality.
Miscellaneous items that I never put in my storage, or I didn't have a garage. But
it's kind
to him,
of
it was crap
stuff.
And so a couple of times, I cleaned it out. I made a video. We were doing a modification or something on the 4Runner, and he would notice there wasn't any crap back there. And
hey, I have a Rachel Hollis book that she just released that I have the hardback, and I'm trying to get. I haven't read it yet, but I mean to, because I'm going to do a review of it, because it's just a lot of these people have no expertise in these areas. It's very difficult. Especially, Jay Shetty is wild too. It's a lot of times their backgrounds aren't quite. You know, it's the internet. People are going to do what they can to make a lot of money, and they do. They make a lot of money.
Anyway, he just kept giving me the business, but he finally introduced himself. We exchanged phone numbers and everything. And I've been to his home, and
This is to celebrate Tim's 6 years. Tim is telling us how excellent everybody is. Where's JJ and Bev? Who got these wonderful? Thank you so much for that generosity. 5 new members to the community. And High Flyer received a gift. Jay Boogie Fire. Patty. That's awesome. True Ginger. And Mark Thomas received a gift. Oh my gosh, Irish. I know you're going to be upset. Irish has been trying to get a membership for a while now. That was so generous, Sammy. Thank you. Oh, that was very kind of you, Sammy. Oh, and Sammy's going to be doing, hopefully, some stuff with some foodie, I hope, soon. That was really kind. Thank you. That was so nice. Instead of Sarasota Tim, he should be called Tim. Timmy, the BSO from Boynton Beach. Well, the fact that, she has, I know. I know she interviews some big scientists, but doesn't mean that her theories are not, well, you know, I'm not saying that these people aren't self-promoting their own stuff. So just be careful about the Dr. Kennedy, because he was selling something too. So just be cautious, okay? A lot of these people are selling stuff. It's just the way the world works, you know? It's not to say that, you know, so it's always interesting. I watched the whole thing recently from a very good journalist about Mel Robbins and all of these folks. And it was fascinating. He's a very good journalist and probably not getting the same recognition that he should. I should probably link his stuff. He does some really good pieces. So I'm going to have to remember his name. Because it's fascinating to watch, because like I said, I've known about Mel Robbins, and I've known that she's kind of gone into this like the mental health space without any like background in mental health. And that's, even if they talk to other experts, she still tries to have books about theories that people should live life by. And it could be sometimes be not necessarily appropriate for everybody. And so it's just always a word of caution with these folks, just a word of caution. And I think that neuroscientist Dr. Kennedy was trying to shill something. Just be careful. People are usually trying to shill something. Social media. Oh, Linda, thank you so much for that super sticker. Thank you so much. You're not sure what he's selling, but yeah, I think he had a book. It's usually a book. Keep it up. Thank you. I know it's hard. And, you know, Dr. Kennedy, not RFK. No, it's a different Dr. Kennedy. I don't think they're related. But there's a really good guy. I want to say his name is something Carney. Gosh, I was just watching him tonight. He's a very good journalist, though. Like, does good research pieces. He's definitely not getting enough views on his content. He should be getting views in the millions, really. But, you know, when you're actually speaking out against a lot of these folks, or trying to call out when people potentially aren't really giving good, especially information around mental health and wellness, there's a lot of stuff going on. That's all I can say. You know, yeah, that's all I can say. But so, yeah, just always, you know, I promise you, when I first thought Mel Robbins seemed to be a very, you know, I enjoyed listening to her stuff. And then the more I looked into it, the more I realized, like, oh, this is kind of a little bit of this like self-help grift. And to me, it kind of is. Oh, yeah, not RFK. No. I think it was just the Kennedy. There's a lot of Kennedys, obviously. Keep going, Tim. See, Tim, we're having a totally different conversation now. See, this is how uninteresting you are, Tim. And we even caught you in a lie on this video that you were going to stay home and chill out. Let's hear more about it.
He's really a good guy. And so many of you others that I've been honored to meet and have supported me and done things for me. And I hope I've reciprocated in some way with you as well. So, folks, thanks.
What in the world do you think Tim is ever reciprocated with? Drop it in the chat right now. What has Tim ever reciprocated with? I'm just trying to think, because I've been watching Tim for a while. Did he ever reciprocate anything with JJ and Bev? I think he did say he took him out once to dinner, like to a Chinese buffet that they wanted to go to. Yes, Miss Vicky, there are so many people who are trying to make money claim to be a life coach. Exactly. And the thing is, they don't have backgrounds in psychology or psychiatry, anything. Literally like lawyers and marketing people and stuff. Most of them come from marketing. So they've learned about how to sell stuff to people. They're very good. Advertising people, very good at that stuff. Very good. Yes, it is. Yes, it is frightening. Hopefully we can get past he's definitely a very big part of the big wellness. Well, they want to talk about big pharma. These people try to sell $150,000 red light beds to people. It's going to do nothing, but they'll take $150,000 for you from it. For it. Yes. So yeah. So it's pretty. It's just something you have to be cautious of. Okay. I promise you, I'm not getting any kickbacks from anybody. I'm just a healthcare professional. That's it. We don't get a bunch of kickbacks. Okay. At the most, I've had a nice pharmacy dinner. But I promise you, we have to sign a lot of paperwork for that stuff. All right, keep going, Tim. Gosh, he's thanking everybody. And this is the last video, because remember, Tim's going to settle down for the night after this. What a liar!
Very much for all your wishes, happy wishes for me for being 6 years on YouTube. I really appreciate it very much. And all those that have been with me for the majority of the time or a long time. And of course, I do appreciate anybody that joined even yesterday to start watching the channel. And I get comments all the time saying,
gosh, can you imagine? How have they not found all the reaction channels talking about this guy being an absolute grifter? And a liar. We just called him a lie. He just happily lies to his audience for no reason. Didn't have to say any of that. But he has to, because he just popped out 14 videos the day before. So I have a feeling we're not going to see that sunset video. Though we know pretty well that Tim was out with the sunset tonight. What? Why? Why lie to people?
really like the videos and to keep putting them out.
Man.
And I will absolutely keep doing that for you, because that's the only thing I know. That's why I can keep talking. Folks.
Oh, yeah, he's not going to go anywhere.
That's the best water I've ever drank in my life. That's from Aldi. All right, folks. So that's it for right now. I'm going to just chill out. I'm feeling good. I'm not even really that hungry, but I'll be eating later. Thank you again for all your comments. I'll be sitting here waiting for them and reading them. And we'll get you another video most likely very quickly here. I don't know if I'm going to be going out much more today. Just kind of chilling out. All right? And we'll talk to you again later. Crush it.
Ah, what a liar. I got to show this picture again. What a liar. What a just flat out liar. And I think finishing out on Tim's 6 years of grifting on YouTube and just lying and Duper's delight on that grin at the end. That was the smile. I already thought I saw it in Chantal, but I saw that Duper's delight in Tim's face today, knowing that he is absolutely lying to his subscribers and he doesn't care. These people that he loves and cares about, who've carried his channel for 6 years, he told them twice in that video he had no plans for the night. He was just going to take it easy and chill out. Really was covering his tracks for the fact that he's obviously had plans to go out with Tammy tonight, and he can't be doing content around Tammy because Tammy is not a source of positivity on his channel. That's what we got. That's what we got. Yep, Tim is out with T-Bucket and they're drinking. Oh, yeah. That's a pretty good point, Dark Phobia. And because Tim is going to be celebrating 6 years on YouTube, but he's not going to be celebrating it, cooking a steak or sharing his grilling with his longtime supporters or sharing a sunset. No. No. He's probably got money from selling that electric bike. That scooter's gone. I don't have Facebook. I know Miss Vicky. Miss Vicky, you should do some stuff about Tim and his Facebook. You really should, because you get into that stuff. Let us know if he's got all that stuff up on Facebook Marketplace. Should actually show some screenshots showing all his stuff for sale. That would be a good video, Miss Vicky. Because it's going to be what's paying for dinner tonight. The scooter up for sale. The e-bike gone. Sold. Anything that's coming through, sold. That $400 some thing to help find a good internet connection, sold. All of that to Tim is stuff that is probably high dollar value, that if I don't know if he affiliate links it or just does coupon codes that he can persuade his audience to buy so he can keep getting like those brand deals and then sell it on Facebook Marketplace so he can get a couple of grand in cash or however much he can get on the end. Yes, this photo is from today, Lance. That's tonight at 8:30 p.m. in Sarasota or Bradenton, Sarasota, Lido Beach. Tim and Tammy. Tim just told his audience that he was going to be staying home tonight and taking it quiet and easy and not really doing much of anything. And yet we have Tim out with Miss Tammy. Oh, okay. He hadn't done anything. Okay. Keeping the old one. Sorry, my history's from last year. Yeah, keep an eye on that, Miss Vicky. Yes, I'd like to see when that e-bike and that scooter go up for sale. Because you know they're going to be out there soon. What was his Facebook name? I'm not sure. I'm not the Facebook. I think it's just Sarasota Tim. I'm just making it up. I have no idea. Tammy looks like she rode the motorcycle. Oh, Ross. Oh, I'm sorry about losing your job, but it sounds like you're making the most of your time by traveling. Oh, no, Tim doesn't care to travel. Unless you're paying for the gas, he's not going. He's not going to be blowing that gas around. Tim wants to be doing this with Miss Tammy. Tim really, Tim was in a tent, remember? So Tim cannot believe and not a brand new car. He was like in an old little tiny 4-door sedan. Tim did not look like a big baller driving a $40,000 sedan prior to his EIDL, all those dang loans. And then somehow that happened to coincide because I guess Tim maybe looked a little bit more pulled together after he was able to upgrade into the 4Runner. And then people maybe were watching him a little bit more. Because like him totaling around in a low-end sedan maybe wasn't the image that was going to sell it. But yeah, he's just full of it. Even you're traveling as a solo musician. Oh, that's fun. You always came back to absolutely. Oh, Tim doesn't give back to anybody. Absolutely not. There's no give back to Tim. Tim don't give back. He just dropped a video. Oh, interesting. Cocktail slipper. Let's get over there real quick. I told you we might get a sunset. Oh, well, we know that's where he was at because we already knew he was in Lido Beach. See, Tim, we already knew you were at Lido Beach. We had eyes on the ground. Oh, let me get back over to Sarasota, Tim. Oh, yeah. Here we go, guys. 18 minutes. Oh, my gosh. Okay. Let's hear a little bit of this, and then we're going to end it because it's getting late, guys. And I've been streaming for hours. Certain other channels can't believe I can stream for, like, what can I talk about for this amount of time? Everything and about nothing. Junebug is snoring away in the corner. I do need to get her out, though. It stopped raining.
I don't have to tell you where I am. I'm not at Bradenton Beach. I'm at Lido Beach tonight. I thought I'd bring you guys a sunset. It's at 8:20, and it's only 7:55. So we have 25 minutes before the heater goes down below those clouds and gets over the water. And I will definitely be bringing it to you. So I hope you enjoyed tonight's sunset. We'll wait till it gets right down there. I might show you another clip if it's pretty, which it is pretty. When it gets a little bit lower behind those clouds. A moment ago, it was behind one cloud. It's kind of popped out again. It's a little blinding for me to look that way. That's what I was saying the other day when I did a sunset video is...
I guess he's trying to say still because Carl says he can never stay still. He certainly can't stop talking. There's no enjoying of a sunset with Tim. Tim, we're going to put you to 1.75.
They're a lot better when, you know, kind of goes behind a cloud and you get these like rays that come up. It's really neat. So it's going to drop down behind in a moment and I'll get you another clip. All right, everybody. I even got HD going for you. I didn't get cheap on you. And there is the sun behind the clouds. It will be full sun when it gets close to the water. But look at that.
Yes, I am still going. Oh, that actually is quite pretty. Yeah, I am actually still going. Notice that he's holding the camera, though. Somebody is not going to play camera person today. Can we see? Oh, we can double check. Hold on, guys. Hold on. We got to check the sunglasses. Make sure we don't see Tammy in the lenses. This is how you do it real time. Here we go. What do we got here? We got him holding the phone. Make sure we don't just... If anyone spots Tammy in the glasses, we already know he's with Tammy. Did we know you're with Tammy already? So is this Sharon just before? He says it's 8:20. So is this, was he at the beach and then he happened to walk up and you happened to spot? He's kind of leaving prematurely right before the best pull. Oh. Why won't his son intervene and tell him he's making a fool out of himself? Probably the son was the one that gave him the black eye. Someone gave him that black eye over Easter. The man got hit in the eye over Easter by somebody. How are people still watching this stuff?
A moment ago, it was behind one cloud. It's kind of popped out again. It's a little blinding for me to look that way. That's what I was saying the other day when I did a sunset video is they're a lot better when, you know, kind of goes behind a cloud and you get these like rays that come up. Neat. So it's going to drop down behind in a moment and I'll get you another clip. All right, everybody. I even got HD going for you. I didn't get cheap on you. And there is the sun behind the clouds. It will be full.
Oh, aren't we lucky? Tim went HD. And this probably isn't the best sunset. I should probably try to get down here one night for my members only and try to do a sunset here at the I'm on the East Coast too. On the beach. I can do an East Coast sunset as well. There you go. Oh no, he's on the other side, isn't he, on the Gulf? So maybe it does look different. Sorry, I'm terrible with Florida geography, so I apologize. It's the other side. I apologize. I'm on the other side. I'm on the East Coast. He's on the Gulf. Sorry.
Full sun with the water. Look at that. That's beautiful.
Oh, that's pretty.
Put it on focus. I do have it on HD for you. I'll make the rest of the video in HD. It won't be too long. Isn't that cool? And the shade on the beach here is nice. I'm sitting in my Bucky chair, relaxed. I got a good 20-25 minutes before it's sunset. Then there'll be a major exit from here. St. Armand.
Oh gosh. So maybe they were just arriving. No. Well, Sharon said about 8:30. So she said that was about the time I was starting my live. So he must have just started. He must have just arrived then there. Probably came in for dinner and coming down to do his sunset finally for his audience. Oh, he's so proud of himself today. Oh, he's so proud of himself.
Armand's coming in was covered up. Venezia, Coconuts, Columbia restaurant, all of them. Just busy.
It's not even season.
Yeah,
It's
okay.
Saturday
Thank
night.
you on the west side.
And
Thank
people
you.
are having a good time out here in Lido. There comes up one.
Yeah, we need
just
to look
swore in
more of that.
A little bit. Got a
Thanks,
couple more clips
Steph.
in HD. Hope you enjoyed the sunset tonight from Sarasota, Florida. Okay, we're back for another clip for you.
Huh?
Well, it was behind a cloud. Now it's kind of popped out again, but it will go back down. So you're getting like multiple sunsets. See, a lot of people are sitting up with tripods right over there. Look, at the lifeguard stand.
Is this an order? Why do I feel so confused by the sunset?
One guy walked by with a big 35 millimeter with a zoom lens on it a moment ago. Walk that way. Let's see if we can see this baby. Yeah, look at that. Going down behind that cloud. And you'll see these rays, like heavenly rays coming out. Oh, there might be a little wind in the mic. I don't have my mic on. It's just a light breeze. Hopefully it's not too bad. Yeah, when that thing goes right behind that.
Of course you don't have a mic on. Why would you take that moment, that 2 minutes to set up prior to this? I mean, you could just quiet yourself actually and put in some ambient music that's free, copyright or something. That might be more enjoyable than hearing your yabbery going on, Tim.
In that cloud, you're going to see a very cool effect in the sky. All right, it's almost gone.
Thank you, Linda. Yes.
Yeah, this old saying,
Virginia
sailors have, is red sky at night.
Absolutely. Thank you, Linda. Oh, another Virginia Beach local. Oh, that's right. And I think you've told me that before in the past, Linda. I think you've let me know before that you are also from off Virginia Beach Boardwalk. All beautiful sunsets, which I get to see here in my neighborhood a lot at night. Absolutely. Virginia forever, folks.
Sailors delight. Red sky
I was
morning.
born in this state.
Sailors take warning. So it looks like a nice day tomorrow, although it's rain is scheduled. Forecasting. Yeah, it's going to pop out. You get like almost like a sunrise when it comes through the bottom down there.
I love that.
And then, of course, it'll hit the water and go on down and rise on the other side of the planet. A lot of people here. I'll zoom out a little bit, show you around. People over here on a blanket.
Oh, great. Let's dox. Tim just can't enjoy the sunset and just let it be. He's got to flash all these poor people on the beach. There are probably some channels that do some really beautiful sunsets in 4K. Tim is not the channel. He's trying to get in on that one.
Laying down, taking it easy. A lot of people will bring a bottle of wine and some wine glasses, as that's completely illegal here at Lido. But Bradenton is not. Siesta Key, you can also.
We should, Linda.
I don't know if you can in Clearwater either. You know, all these tripods set up over there.
We'll get our beach cruises out and go riding up and down the boardwalk.
All waiting on the big sunset. A couple of folks right there standing there. Oh, look at that. Isn't that beautiful?
Well, I'm actually trying to move slightly closer to the Outer Banks and leave Virginia, sadly leave Virginia Beach, because Virginia Beach is getting a little crowded for me. Sometimes I get sad. I saw there was a house that's for sale just around the corner from me. I mean, literally around the corner. And it's like the perfect size. I would love to live there. I can't afford it. Oh my gosh. It would be the ideal situation, like literally like moving, you know, but it would be a house with a little bit of a yard and stuff for June bugs. So that would be nice. It's like a nice, anyway. Dream on, Ray.
Let me show you. Look at that. What a beautiful sky.
There you go.
Again.
Oh.
This is Lido Beach in Sarasota, Florida, on Lido Key. Look at the people down there. Let me zoom in. Look way down there. Look. These people walk from St. Armand's. St. Armand's. Look at them all.
Well, we just know that they were there because we have the photo evidence. So we know Tammy's there on the beach. Okay, just to show you. There she is. With Tim.
If you were to walk
That was just
to the right of the screen, where they are, we'll take you right over to St. Armand's. So they all kind of walk over, kind of like they do in Key West.
Oh, yeah.
They walk over Mallory Square
nice.
every evening and then back over to Duval Street to all the bars and stuff. And prepare to have a
I have family who live in Machapango. So I love that area.
good time. That sun's going to come out behind that cloud in a minute. It's now 8:09, sunset 8:20. We'll grab a picture of that right there.
No, he won't.
A lot of people come in the last 10 minutes, you know.
And she's definitely going to avoid his glasses. She's probably sitting up in the call, texting somebody or something, playing on her phone. Because she got spotted a bunch of times in those glasses. So she either stands away, like miles away now, because we all catch her in those mirrored sunglasses. And if you live on a coast, you've got to have, unfortunately, those mirrored glasses. It's the only thing that protects your eyes.
You see it?
I know, because I have to wear some ugly mirrored
We'll
sunglasses.
definitely see a big ball, full sun, over the next 10 minutes when it gets down close to the horizon.
Rachel Hunter.
It's an incredible beach look, isn't it? Just imagine being in the desert somewhere, wishing yourself on a beach somewhere. And here we are. And there comes that big heater. Got the slow zoom going for you. There's a photographer here. Let me start coming out. Notice that red sky is getting lighter on the bottom there.
Tim has such beautiful language to describe a sunset. I mean, just punching out the pros here, Tim.
Remember, there's no talking once the heater hits the horizon. I learned that a long time ago in San Diego for sunsets. I mentioned in my previous video, if you didn't see it, people driving along Pacific Coast Highway, Big Sur, anywhere, San Diego, San Francisco, it doesn't matter. Anywhere along the Pacific Ocean.
I guess Tim changed his mind about just staying in the Flagstaff and chilling. I guess he changed his mind. I guess he had a trip to Lido Beach and a sunset in him still. But we won't be seeing dinner, guys.
They just stop, pull over, and look. And it's just a tradition.
He is so
And there's no
poetic.
talking. No talking around. Because it's over so quick. Takes us time to get to this point. And then once it hits that water, it just drops. Never go by. There comes that big ball. I'm going to take a break. It's 11 after. We have 9 minutes. And then we'll be back for the ball drop.
Oh.
In silence.
We'll be back. Is that a royal we, Tim? Or are we including Miss Tammy?
All right, we're back. Almost time for the silent time. It came out. It was really cool. I thought I'd walk over a little bit closer to the water for you.
Oh,
And
yeah.
it's not down to the horizon.
Yes, I had a family member of mine had a wedding. There's that little area where they have the little like wedding venues right there. And one of my family had a wedding out there. I think it was like a year or so ago. It was real pretty. It was like an unusually hot April day. Really beautiful out there. And it had a beautiful sunset.
Horizon, yep, you zoom in.
Very nice. I can't remember the name of the place.
lifeguard review there. Let's put it on focus. And now that should be pretty good.
You know where I'm talking about, Linda.
Not quite. You know, the sunset time is 8:20. It's 8:15. That's when it actually goes out of sight.
It is
So
beautiful.
it's just about ready to touch the water, and we'll enjoy it.
Yeah, he's really he's really managing to destroy a beautiful. It is a very beautiful looking sunset. I can see why lots of people are down there. But Tim can ruin a moment better than anybody. Oh, we took that one. Oh. Did they get prettier? Well, it's probably Tim's filming. I mean, I just don't think all sunsets are pretty. So maybe I'm just biased. I'm sure there's ones that are far more spectacular, depending on where you are on the equator. I'm sure closer to the equator, would it? I lived in Mexico. You think I could remember some stuff from being closer to the equator? Would that make it better? Oh, God, now I sound as smart as Tim. Don't stop talking, Ray. It's cloudy. Oh, okay. Thank you. You think he was celebrating with us? Oh, I feel honored. Good night, Sharon. Thank you for that photo. Your whole sky lights up, Fred. Where are you, Mr. M?
Well, that's it. It's a little after 8:20, and the red hue was there. It might have been down already about
Oh,
45 seconds ago, but we wanted to make
it's a little after 8:20. Interesting, because remember, I went live at 8:30, and Sharon said that that was about the time that she took the photo. So this would have been right after. So Tim saw the sunset and then left the beach. And then I guess that's when Sharon snapped the photo. So he'd videoed it and then he was on his way. Where is Tim now? Tim, are you watching?
absolutely sure about that. That's just where I'm looking. Well, thanks for viewing, everybody. Give the video a thumbs up. We'll see you tomorrow for coffee. Crush it. All right, so after leaving the sunset,
Oh, you were
I just thought I'd park over here at St. Armand and just walk this for a moment and show you how many people are here. It's crazy. They were all over there at the beach, a lot of them, and then now they're back.
Well, that wasn't Virginia Beach. I hope he's not ruined Virginia Beach for you. I'm here in Virginia Beach. Tim's in Lido Beach. Oh, this is a very nice area. It's very swanky. Hey, Tim's hates it. Probably has to pay for parking.
Back over here, enjoying the restaurants and the shops. It's 8:40, folks, and the sky's still light. It's kind of dark in here. The fee parking is over. I'm pretty sure after 8, there is no charge.
Oh, beautiful.
And there's the Columbia restaurant. And here's the Venezia Italian restaurant.
It's not easy to cope with Nova Scotia. I actually grew up in Scotland partly as a child. And obviously, you can't compete with things like the Northern Hemisphere when it comes to things like sunsets and northern lights and all of that sort of beautiful light action in the sky. You know, it is quite spectacular. So yeah, I can. Yeah, that's beautiful. I'd love to see that.
Look at all the people sitting over there, having a good time, having pasta and pizza, all the things I don't need anymore. Well, not right now, anyway. There's a lady that's singing right over here. She's got a little thing going on. Let me see what's going on over there. I think the lady in the white hair, if you zoom in, she does some singing. Where's she at? Right there. She's been here a long time. Saw her last year. She got really white hair and she's got really dark complexion. I mean, you know, it's strange. Like she's been on the beach 15 years. Let's get some dance. Oh, she's singing now. She's going to sit down. Anyway, there's the Columbia. And Coconuts is over here. Walk over there.
Yeah, Tim is headed to Coconuts. He might not be watching us because he might be tying one on with Tammy at the moment. In my opinion only.
Show you.
It's like
people are dining in there. Columbia's always busy. There's a beautiful, not beautiful, a delicious seafood restaurant over there. I forget the name of it. Maybe that's somewhere right
there. It might be a cracking seafood restaurant that if you can't remember the name.
But this is St. Armand Circle right here. Park all the way around the street out there on one of these spots like right there. And there's Old Glory flying high. See, I think the parking is over. 8 p.m. it's over.
I'm actually competing with Foodie for live streaming today. But it's been a blast. I've actually had so much fun today.
And they have these little things all the way around the circle here.
Great.
I mean, look how many there are. Let's go
I had a long week
all the way around the circle, commemorating something. And you see how these are kind of weathered? I walked by over there and they're like brand new. They restore them every year or two from the weather here. I met a guy one day that told me that that's what he does. He restores them. I noticed there's a QR code here now. We're really getting modern times. Looks like somebody got him a ticket right there. Parked before, didn't pay, huh? All right. Oh, wait a minute. You do have a ticket on the dash. That's what it is. Well, you don't have to pay right now. All right. So one of those places is Coconut. Maybe it's right over here.
The lady with the log was the lady with the white hair that he was like trying to zoom in on. That was the lady with the log. I think that's who was referring to, I think.
This guy's doing a little singing out there on the sidewalk. Where is it?
Oh, God.
All kinds of entertainment here in Sarasota, in St. Armand. There's all people coming in. Just now getting going, baby.
Oh, gosh. I mean, Virginia Beach, people don't dress up. Our tourists don't look this good. I'm going to be honest. But it's this time of year now, it's going to be jamming down that boardwalk. And it's just hotels and restaurants. Maybe I'll do a night shot for you guys one night down the Virginia Beach boardwalk. I did shoot for the Memorial Day. I just haven't edited that video. I need to edit that video. I don't know if I'll have time. I need to get it done. It's going to be like 3 years after Memorial Day by the time I get it done.
What else is going to bring you this kind of entertainment? I'm going to walk down the main drag. Kind of thinning out a little bit. The people that were having dinner. This is a Columbia restaurant. And some empty seats down here for you. A lot of people are sitting inside. It's kind of warm outside. And I did find coconuts. Coconuts is where the gentleman is playing some music down here. He's real famous. So there's Columbia.
Yeah.
It's really busy all the time. The coconuts is kind of dying out right now. It doesn't look like too many people.
Oh, yeah. Tim is not going to be wanting to spend any money in these places. Not at these hours. It's a full price hour here. It's got to get those earlier pricing. Tim is definitely more of a theme restaurant with a set menu price.
Oh, there, but this guy right here is bringing it on. I said, listen to him all night. You know, they're Venezia. I should have videoed over there when I walked by because they're all out there. And that place is always busy. Look at this hologram down here. Enjoying the pasta and the pizza over there. A lot of people had bottles of wine, bottles of water. And I've always mentioned Alvin's Island when I come here to you. The surf shop, beach store. It's been rebuilt. It was completely.
Tammy's like, you can do this as long as you don't film me. You better not turn that camera around on me. You better make sure. Or maybe he had to edit and double check this video didn't have any Tammy in it, which is why it took a little bit to come out.
Completely destroyed for the hurricane. They rebuilt it. And they had just rebuilt it. It was already
editing on this
almost new. And then the water, that came in. It wasn't like the building got destroyed. Everything around here, water.
You notice this video is more edited than his most. Because probably Tammy's like, you're going to edit that stuff. You're going to make sure that I don't show up in it. But we know you're there, Tammy. Don't get Tim too drunk. He gets gnarly the next day.
Water was up to the roof.
In my opinion.
I just can't believe how this place is such alive again. But now it's been several months, so it's not so hard to believe now. But for a while, this place.
So Tim must have been sent out on his own. Because look, there's just Tim. Maybe she's, keeping back because I don't see a shadow of Tammy over here. Do we see is that her here? Is that a Tammy shadow walking next to him? This is where we get really crazy in the reaction world.
Place was just a ghost town. Everything was all the furniture was out on the sidewalks, all the destruction. They replaced everything. There wasn't a table, a chair, or anything left to salvage from the damage of the salt water. So anyway, this time it will be the end of the clip. I appreciate you watching. Give it a thumbs up. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Consider that, and we'll see you on the next.
Is there a second shadow walking to Tim? Is there a second shadow? I'm curious. T-guy get lollygagging behind. You don't lollygagging. No, taking her time. Lollygagging is taking her time.
Next video. Touch it.
I wonder, do we see her in any shadow? Right here would be the reveal.
Rebuilt it, and they had just rebuilt it. It was already almost new.
This is where we saw Tim
and then the water,
that
came in. It wasn't like the building got destroyed. Everything around here, water was up to the roof.
Was it here? It was right.
And
here.
I just can't believe
it was here.
how this place is such alive
right here. Do we see any shadow? Let's look.
Again, but now it's been several months, so it's not so hard to believe now. But for a while, this place was just a ghost town. Everything was all the furniture was out on the sidewalks, all the destruction. They replaced everything. There wasn't a table, a chair, anything left to salvage from the damage of the salt water. So anyway, this time it will be the end of the clip. I appreciate you watching. Give it a thumbs up. Make sure you hit the subscribe button.
Right there. I wondered if that shadow. I feel like I saw a shadow right there walking next to him. I'm now gonna go crazy. Let's slow you down, Tim, to see if I do see a shadow. And this is where we're going to finish it out. This is just creative fun. This is what we do when we're being insane.
Anyway, this time it will be the end of the clip. I appreciate you watching. Give it a thumbs up. Make sure you hit the subscribe button.
Is this Tammy? There's Tim's shadow. Is this? I feel like there's a second shadow moving right here next to him. I swear. She's moving right next to him. No talking after sundown. He's going to talk all night. I swear, she's right over here. That she was right in that area. There was Tim, and then Tammy. There's somebody walking next to him.
Consider that, and we'll see you on the next video. Crush it.
Gosh, isn't it amazing when you hear him talk on his normal voice? at that normal speed, how slow he is. Isn't that crazy? That's so crazy. Well, I want to thank everybody for having joined me tonight and celebrating Tim's 6 years of grifting on YouTube for monetization. With monetization. Hey, Carol, come on in. Nice to see you. We're just finishing up. I've been live streaming all day. I've lost my voice and my sanity now. So I'm going to call it a night. I've done almost 6 hours of live streaming today, which is the most I think I've ever done. And it's been a lot of fun, but I probably will be MIA tomorrow, guys. And I'm glad that everybody had a lot of laughter tonight. Oh, no! Hater Channel came in. Thanks for last night, neighbor. Serious about the boy. Oh, yeah, I'll drive while you video. Take care and good night. Oh, we'll be walking, girl. We're gonna get our steps in. Oh, we're gonna rent some of Sherry's bikes, and we'll ride in one of those like tandem bike things that we have down the boardwalk. One of the ones where you pedal. One of those little bike things. You can't be in Virginia Beach and not do that, man. All right. Tim sounds coked up. Oh, Lord. Thank you, Catherine, for moderating. Thank you to all my moderators in the chat. We had Angel of Glass in here. We had Miss Catherine. And we had Sammy in Brooklyn, who are our fantastic moderators. Also joining us, we had some awesome creators. That were Carl and Dinger and Miss Vicky came along for the ride. And we want to thank Sharon again for this wonderful, wonderful little bit of tea that we had. Let me make me small just so we can finish out on such a great little piece of information that we know that, thank you, Sammy. Yeah, we're going to be catching up with everything. I know we all. There's some things that we've been talking about. So I think I'll be probably MIA. Yeah. No, you're fine, Hater Channel. Yeah, come in next time. Well, you catch us on the replay. There's always the replay. Oh, it was fun. Well, I'm so glad that you guys had fun. I'm sorry we did get to see a sunset. I was about to say I didn't show a sunset, but we saw the sunset that Tim shared. Sharon probably saw the real sunset tonight, so that was probably amazing. So I hope you all enjoyed it. Thank you, Sharon, for that awesome tea, because that was great tea tonight. Tim, we know what you were really up to, and we know you're lying to your audience. Well, thank you for saying we're amazing. I think you guys are amazing. Big hearts and loves, guys. Okay, if you haven't had a chance to like the stream, make sure you like it on the way out. I had a blast. All of you who gave so generously this evening, and knowing about the Humane League also, yeah, I'm a big fan of them. And all the people who sent super stickers and gifted memberships. And Birdie came in with a super sticker. Did I see that one, Birdie? I don't think I did. Thank you for that super sticker, Birdie. I don't think I saw that one. So I'm sorry I didn't see that one earlier, Birdie. So thank you for that. Thank you so much. Birdie's been following me for quite a while. All of you are so generous this evening. And I really do thank you for it. For your time, just being here tonight with us too. Meant a lot. And so, what did King Charles do? Oh, cheers to King Charles. It's his birthday holiday. Oh my goodness. What a wonderful coincidence. Such monumentous occasions coming in together. King Charles is it his actual birthday or the royal birthday? I think it's the royal birthday coming up. They have two, They got their official royal birthday and their actual birthday. It's two totally different dates, And I think that is perfect because it coincides with the monumentous occasion of Tim getting 6 years of monetized grift on YouTube. Let's see how many videos he puts out tomorrow. I have a feeling it's not going to be as many. And we're going to have a fairly groggy coffee video. I'm ending the poll here. Oh, let me end the poll. We think prior to the sunset, Tim went to Carrabba's. 54% of the audience think that, Tim. All right, guys. It's been a pleasure. Oh, it's the royal birthday. It's yes, it's the royal birthday because they get 2. That's why, you know, Tim would want to be a royalty because he could get 2 birthdays to get stuff in his P.O. box. Okay, guys, I'm going to end it here. It's been an absolute pleasure. I'm thirsty. I'm losing my voice. It's been fantastic. Put out more content today than I've ever put out before. It's the end of the month. All right, guys. Catch you in June. Bye.